Hello, and welcome to what promises to be the definitive Infinity N4 tier list. That's right, tonight I'm sitting down with content goblin and acknowledged wine art at family reunion, Jordan, as we do the All Factions Infinity N4 Vibes Only tier list. In this video, we'll be covering every faction in N4, specifically with regards to their emotional energy. Who they are, what's their deal, what's their vibe. If they were a person, what kind of person would they be? And we're ranking them into one of these 7 scientifically determined personality archetypes, which I have spent some time thinking about, working on, making sure that they represent all the possible spectrums of human existence. Jordan, how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, great. Looking forward to working on this tier list with a former gifted child such as yourself.
Yep, well, as the wine aunt at the family reunion, I know you'll have a lot to contribute. And with that all said, for those who are watching this, obviously this is a massive piss take, but as in Infinity N4 comes to a close and Infinity N5 opens before us like a beautiful family, it's time for this kind of content. We're just going to be talking about all of these. We're not going to explain. Normally at this point in the video, I would explain what each of these rankings means, how we're doing a ranking system, but this is literally vibes only. And as an Australian, I'm constitutionally entitled to say that something is the vibe. And so in that vein, we are just going to crack on. We're going to do this approximately by faction, but without any particular rhyme or reason within those factions. And if someone has a really good idea, maybe we may just jump straight to that. So I am going to kick us off as we move into O12 to start with Vanilla O12. And I'm going to posit that Vanilla O12 belongs in former gifted child, but there's a specific archetype here. Obviously, each of these individual categories, they're broad, they can encompass different things. There are different types, for example, of extremely divorced dad, and Vanilla O12, it's a former gifted child that was a school prefect. It's the person, Vanilla O12 is the faction that made sure that you had your fucking hall pass. If you were going to the bathroom outside of lunch hours, it'd be there ready to fucking knock on you. It's the cop that doesn't really have authority, but is absolutely convinced that it is. Jordan, do you think there's anything to disagree with about that ranking?
No, absolutely not. Especially with the recent upgrades from Torchlight Brigade, they are very much screaming the energy of a former gifted child who has maybe started to peak again in like their mid-30s.
Ooh, ouch. No, yep, I think that's a reasonable take. So we've got a confident first ranking, O12, school prefect style, former gifted child, now late in life looking for a new lease. Jordan, I'm going to pass over to you. Sorry, not Torchlight Brigade, Star Martyr is up next. What do you reckon?
Starmata, I'm going to posit that Starmata are very serious professionals. They
Like,
are the space cops among the space cops. They have been trying for so long to be very seriously taken. They had a brief moment of it in the middle of season 14, and now everyone is just sort of looking on and going, ah, fine, but they're a little bit too serious nowadays, and they're just not fun enough anymore.
all right, so Stamata, we're saying is they've got a lot of that energy of like, no, we're a real faction, we're a big deal, we have robots. Remember when Oko Copperbots were the greatest fucking thing since sliced bread because you could link them with a robot? But everyone now is like, no, there's a life outside of all of your fucking police name memes.
Hippolyta, Liang Kai, we don't need those pieces. We have Kappas.
All right. That leads us on into Torchlight Brigade, and I feel like Torchlight Brigade basically more than,
Absolutely,
yeah,
yes.
and this is just like jock energy. I don't think there's a faction in the game that has a stronger just jock vibe than the blue power armored boys.
Absolutely. They are all giant. Every single one of them barely looks like it fits on a fucking S2 base. Even their fucking like Libertos is 2 wounds and a remote. Like fucking it's ridiculous.
Every Facebook photo of every Starmada person, like if Starmada
You
was
mean
a
Torchlight?
person, so if Torchlight Brigade was a person, without fail, every Facebook photo of them would be in their like gridiron, like shoulder pads and helmet, if they could find a way to finagle it. Like
Absolutely.
in setting, I'm pretty sure that every Torchlight Brigade soldier like turns up to social functions in their power armor if there's any excuse to do so.
If they have a single photo that doesn't have them wearing either a team shirt or their varsity jacket, I think they're failing at it.
No, fair. All right, and there we go. This is how this all factions tier list is going to go. Short, sharp. Every faction gets a roast, and every faction gets a ranking. I am super happy that this is not probably going to take us 2.5 hours like every other tier list does, and we're heading on into PanOceania. Now, I've got one for Vanilla Pano, but Jordan, you pick something out and give me a sell.
Military orders, Fox News uncle at a family reunion. They hate everyone. They have some really questionable opinions about those people. They won't quite say a slur, but they're really close to it every time you sort of needle them a little bit.
I mean, also, frankly, they're one of a couple of religious fundamentalist factions. It's a very big
Absolutely.
part of their identity. Like, you cannot tell me that. I don't know what YouTube's policy on using words like Christian values is, but they're literally the faction of Christian values.
Absolutely.
Maybe 100 something, 200 years in the future, but we really can't put these anywhere else. They're also, and this fits the Fox News Uncle at Family Reunion vibe, they're also kind of failures. Not
Yep.
in their own head, but there's not a lot of success happening in the lives or the life of military
No.
orders.
What you see on the box is not what you get when you open that box up. You see a man holding a fish in his Facebook post, and the first Facebook post from that man is, "My wife just divorced me and my kids hate me."
Does that merit putting military orders up into extremely divorced dad, or is he an extremely divorced dad that has sort of like migrated to the Fox News Uncle at
He's
Family
my
Reunion?
he got divorced, and then Tucker Carlson told him that it was the fucking woke mind virus's fault.
All right. There is a line that we will pursue later about the woke mind virus when we get to combined army or
Is it
some
is it
adversaries to
more
it.
appropriate? Is it more appropriate to say that like he's a Jordan Peterson fan? Is that that's where I'm at?
Very possibly. I'm gonna jump in now with vanilla PanOceania because I had to think about this one, and some of these I've prepared a little bit for. Absolutely not everything. So there's going to be some hot takes, but I am confident in vanilla PanOceania as the very serious professional. But just as there are archetypes of former gifted child, and most of these categories, there are archetypes of the very serious professional. And while Starmada is literally the very serious professional who wishes other people would take them seriously, Vanilla PanOceania is the very serious professional with the heavily curated LinkedIn page. Vanilla PanOceania, if they were a person, would be the kind of person that unironically makes what getting engaged taught me about B2B SaaS sales. Like, that is their entire existence. In a different time, they would be looking at business cards and like lamenting the tasteful thickness of them. They are just way too fucking all in on this entire business thing, and
Yeah.
there's not a hint of like irony or desperation in their own
His
minds.
LinkedIn profile, he's got, "I am my own boss. I am the CEO." Grind mindset.
Oh, and you just 100% know that. Actually, no, we're going to save that one because I've got some opinions on at least one other very serious professional faction. But yeah,
Okay.
this is the like unironic, and it's not sketchy business. PanOceania probably works in some like very heavily like highly affluent, lots of money changing hands. Of course they do. They're vanilla PanOceania, but the LinkedIn profile is just complete, like not a hint of irony, totally all in on this as their identity. I suspect we wouldn't see the word, like we might, like Sigma grind set, but it's
Yep,
just it's
absolutely.
it's a bit fucking much, and they're probably not very fun at parties.
How does Vanilla Pano feel about Elon Musk?
Ooh. Successful entrepreneur, doesn't
Yep,
really engage with his politics, doesn't understand why you might have opinions on Elon Musk's
yep,
politics. The man owns multiple businesses. How is that not aspirational?
absolutely.
Ooh. Okay. Pick a PanOceanian faction and tell me about it.
Alright, I'll take Varuna,
Yep.
and I will posit that Varuna is a wine aunt at a family reunion, lamenting the fact that we're no longer in N3.
All right. Explain that one to me.
So Varuna and N3, Varuna, that was their heyday. They were in their 20s. They were looking fantastic. They were
Yeah.
looking
Okay.
good. They had the best link in the game. It was a fantastic link. We move into N4. She's aged about 10 years. She's been smashing a bottle of wine a night. She's at the family reunion. She's talking about all the fun times they had back in their 20s when core links were good.
Yep, yep.
Before CB changed everything, made it not fun anymore.
Back
And now
in
people are just.
back in N3 when Varuna won the last CanCon N3,
Yep.
last Australian satellite in N3, Varuna won that. Back in those days.
Yep, she's just lamenting the days before a bottle of wine at night became her best friend.
Okay, all right. I mean, like she's got and she's got her pets.
She's still got stuff going on. She's got her cats.
Yep, yep.
She's got
She's got her
her
fish, obviously.
needlepoint collection. She has her Instagram influencer page that she thinks has taken off. But
She's
nothing is quite as good as her 20s.
Yeah, she's got her collection of pets. They are all heavily aquatic, but they mean a great deal to her. She's maybe slightly too possessive of them.
Yeah,
There's some like sort of slightly
they
if
all
she's
they all very they like all look the same, but she can tell all of them apart.
all right. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to say that Neoterran Capitoline Army, they're probably not alone here. Neoterran Capitoline Army are cheerfully oblivious hired goons. Now, and this is the distinction between like vanilla PanOceania, right? Answers to the hexadron, the hexahedron, PanOceanian High Command, the PanOceanian Parliament, etc. The Neoterran Capitoline Army is obviously they're a borderline civilian garrison, right? These
Yep.
include things like auxilia, which are literally civilians. They don't know jack about what the fuck is going on. They've just got their remote control robots that they're having a good time with. But on top of that, the Neoterran Capitoline Army obviously also includes the Neoterran Bolts, which are based out of New Darwin and are obviously an Australian regiment. And it is impossible for me to imagine an Australian regiment not taking the piss or indeed taking anything particularly seriously at all. And so when you inject that attitude into an army that is part of the broader Pan-Oceanian system, I am forced to conclude that they're kind of just happy to be there. They're doing their thing. They've got their remote control toys. They've spent millions and millions of taxpayer dollars on some freaking robots, and they're just having a good time with those. And signal lost. No worries. We'll buy another one. The Neoterran Capitoline Army are the kind of faction where, like back in N3, when you could jump your own remotes off of a building to break them in order to do classifieds related to recovering structure on things, they were like cheerfully doing that. Test Run was the favorite classified of the NCA back in N3 because they got to break all of their own shit and then write it
Yeah.
off on tax.
Just imagine bolts out of New Darwin. You just hear from like a fucking sniper says, "Okay,
All right, pick
yay."
pick one of the Shock Army of Acontecimento or Svalorheimer.
I'll take Shock Army of Acontecimento, and I will posit that Shock Army of Acontecimento are a former gifted child.
Okay, break that down.
They were probably the best panosectorial, but then they started getting a little bit older. Their toys, they didn't get new toys.
Yeah.
They didn't do so good at college. They couple of semesters, they did pretty badly. They might have failed out. Now they've got 20K in hex debt, and they're like, "Ooh, what's going on?" I mean, I was good. I was, in high school, I was the king. I knew exactly what was going on. Dart, my fucking my sapper sniper. We were fucking absolutely vibing it out. And then they look over and they're like, "When the fuck did Neoterra Capital Army get blades? The fuck is this?"
No, I'm actually as a former gifted child myself, I am feeling this way harder than I have any right to, because there was, right, like I remember I played the Shock Army of Acontecimento back when the mix of Peacemakers, Dart, and Nagas was this just like perfectly like a sectoral with a perfectly rounded midfield presence that you could just ably support. Like it was the best of times. But like fast forward, literally a few years and a few more, and Peacemakers have gained a little weight, and like these days, the Nagas in the midfield and Dart, and like they're not bad,
They're
but
pretty expensive.
they're no better than anything anyone else has. And you sit there looking around, being like, I used to be the smartest fucking person in the room in my class of literally 13 people, at the tiny school that I
Yeah.
went to, and everyone,
Looking over at the cheerfully hired
yeah.
goon NCA, where it's like the blade engineer, just like smashing the fucking Squallows with a wrench as they're running up the field together.
And it's like you meet like the Shock Army of Conocimiento. I don't think they're necessarily like I think they're probably early in their professional career where they've like just gotten through uni and it was way fucking harder than they expected, and they're hanging out like at this job that they kind of managed to get, and there's some nepo baby like son of the chairman in a job that is higher paid than they are, that's Neo-Terran Capitoline Army or Vanilla Pano, and they're just like, what the fuck happened? What am I doing? How
Yeah.
how do I where the hell
Had a,
do I go from here?
had a rough couple of semesters, picked up an extra like 5 to 10K in hex debt.
Yep, yep. No, don't. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. All right. I guess I have to rank the Shock Army of so not Shock Army. I have to rank the Svalaheimer Winter Force. I'm gonna say former
I was
varsity,
yeah, I was
and
there as well.
specifically because now they are not the kind like Torchlight Brigade is just way too into their athleticism. Svalorheimer, it's not exactly like that, but they're the person that you meet and they'll talk about like they've got that jock energy, but they're also like, oh, what did you do on the weekend? Oh, I climbed a fucking mountain. I went abseiling. I went skydiving. It's like, how are you? Yeah, you're very mobile. You did what? And do you have these conversations where it's just like the hobbies that they have are every single like random extreme sport imaginable, and
Yeah.
only
I was at my,
only
I
a
was at my mate's MMA gym over the weekend.
and it's apropos that it's a Pan-Oceanian faction as well, because it's the kind of like Svalaheimer Winter Force is the kind of like former college student that doesn't understand that not every family, holidayed skiing in the Hamptons every single winter. Like they were born into this athleticism because their parents, their incredibly wealthy parents, were able to just be like, yeah, no, you can do whatever you want, son. You can go to all of these athletic clubs. You can do rowing. We'll go skiing every year, and so they've drifted into their adulthood in just frustrating peak physical performance, and they just continue that on their family's money. And so every single one of the bastards, it seems like, has Climbing Plus or Super Jump or some combination of them. And just that's the whole faction. They all wear like puffer jackets.
Yeah.
Every Facebook photo of them is in their bloody ski gear because they're having a great time. And I don't even want to think about how much it costs to travel for that every year. But Svalaheimer, it's like they live there. They have a holiday home. They have a holiday home in like alpine climates, and good for them. Good for them. If they weren't like that disgusting level of physical fitness that you can only accomplish if you aren't forced to work a sedentary office job 9 to 5, then like I would feel better about Svalorheimer as a faction. But the fact that they are all basically ripped as well is just like you're the most annoying
You are the
kind of
worst.
former jock.
But I can't hate you because you're so nice.
So no, look, it is with a mix of hatred and envy that I'm forced to put Svalorhammer Winterforce in the category of former varsity athlete. But I note here that I'm very glad to see that we've got a good spread, right? Like this is obviously
Yeah.
an unbiased tier list. We're
No,
getting a
absolutely. We have
nice mix.
no opinions whatsoever.
The only category that we obviously haven't got anything in yet is the extremely divorced dad faction, which leads me into, if you don't mind, Jordan, I'm gonna take the next one,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna just move. I think it's time we got.
Oh,
I
I had
think
a different take for this.
so, and that doesn't surprise me because we can disagree on this. But for me, this is an N3 opinion, but Yuching are literally the Infinity faction that has had a divorce, and there are Yuching
Yeah.
players that have still not gotten the fuck over the fact that JSA ditched
Fucked
them for
off.
a wealthier man, right? Like
Yep.
JSA fucking left them for Pano. Now, is JSA still with Pano? No, JSA struck out on her own. She is a freshly made independent woman moving into the next phase of her life. But Yuching, for fucking years, was the epitome of the embittered, divorcee, like couldn't let go of the relationship, like couldn't cut himself off, Facebook stalking, like still talks to his friends about her. There was obsession, and dare I say that obsession flowed down a little bit into the player base. But that is my take. Jordan, you have a counterpoint. Where would you have put Vanilla Yuching?
Now that I think about it a little more, I was leaning towards cheerfully oblivious hired goon, but I think that might be more Invincible Army.
Mhm.
Thinking about it,
Well, why don't you jump in with Invincible Army then?
I think Invincible Army goes in cheerfully oblivious hired goon. You have like the dream, right? The billboard of Invincible Army that you get sold on is five dudes fucking vibing out together. They're like, we've been hired to do a fucking job. I'm with fucking my best mates. We're gonna fucking walk into the midfield. Nothing bad's gonna happen to us, and we're gonna fucking kill anything that we roll up on.
It they would, like, I feel like Invincible Army would probably have graduated up into, like, with all of the like command and control themes inside the faction, they would have graduated to very serious professional if they weren't just so, like, the story
Oh
of
shit!
every Invincible Army game ends with them getting taken down like fucking Batman jumping from gargoyle to gargoyle, picking them off.
ends with, and then everyone died.
Like literally every game I have had. Now we are talking about the vibes of the faction here. This is not a mechanical assessment, but every game I've played against Invincible Army has seen that five-person link team picked off one at a time by by my various superhero pieces slash hackers slash whatever. And it is classic, like, oh, must have been the wind, as
Yeah.
Fred's armor freezes the fuck up and he topples sideways, trying
And
to reset on
you're left
ones.
with like the one Dao Ying in the backfield just going, guys, guys.
All right, so I'm going to jump in with, if no, Vanilla Yuching, I think, is extremely divorced dad, but the Imperial Service is the Fox News uncle at the family reunion.
Oh, because they're the CIA.
I mean, 100%, right? Like, you just know that they have like really, really strong and super fucking dubious opinions on how law and order should work and what's good for the nation and like what should be, like, you just like Invincible. So the Imperial Service, like, they're at the family barbecue and they just say something about how political prisoners should be treated, where everyone goes real fucking quiet and is like, don't engage with Uncle
You know, I
ISS.
don't think there were any war crimes committed at Guantanamo Bay.
Oh yeah, like it's exactly that. It's exactly that energy. Like, obviously, little more tanky, a little bit less capitalist. But yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like, oh god, we got ISS started, and now he's talking about,
It's like, oh no, someone said political dissidents, and
yeah.
now he's quoting Karl Marx at us.
Well, it'll be Mao in this case, but yeah, it's like the
Yeah,
Maoist uncle at the family dinner has just rattled off, and everybody is just like staring down at their meals, being like, you got to just let him finish because it's Uncle ISS, and if anyone tries to interrupt him, God fucking forbid.
God fucking forbid.
All right, so
Absolutely.
last Yu Ching faction, where would you put the White Banner Army?
I think it's either very serious professionals in contrast to Invincible Army, or if it was before the reinforcements update, I'd almost be tempted to put them in the former gifted child category too.
I feel like the emotional energy. I actually feel like the emotional energy of the White Banner Army is like, it's very middle child to me. Like, they're not doing bad, but they literally share a planet with like well, like, so I'd something like, like one of these two for me,
Yeah,
because they literally share their college dorm with someone else who's way into skiing but is way, way wealthier and better looking and has super rich parents. Um, but I
if
don't.
if I may, I think maybe it's former gifted child because you still have those white banner players who still think that pairing a bunch of Zanshi and a Shang-Chi together is a recipe for success. They're
Mm,
like, this worked in high school. Why isn't it working now?
yeah. Yep. Okay. And so it's the college dorm, and we've got Svalorheimer Winter Force and White Banner
Yep.
Army as roommates, and the Svalorheimer Winter Force is like they are like 20 years old, and they've had teeth work done, and they've got photos of themselves in the Rockies with their folks, and they go rock climbing on the weekends. And then you have the White Banner Army that they're trying real hard, and like they've got some stuff going for them, but
Yeah,
they're
they've like learned some new stuff. They got some new units that are doing really well for them, but they still can't help it. They're like, why isn't the thing that I did in high school
yeah.
working as well as it did now?
Yeah, yeah. They cannot let go of fucking Shang-Chi. Like, it's ballistic skill 13 with armor piercing rounds.
Yeah.
It's gotta be good.
They still unironically call him Chang Jesus and think that everyone is still
Oh,
totally
yeah,
that.
okay, right. So it's the like this scene in which we cast our players, our factions here.
Yeah,
It's occurring like, maybe like 5-10 years ago, and it's just the like the real dated cultural references that just
yeah,
yeah I know that when we were all in school, we used certain terms, we said certain things, but we're in fucking uni now, and you've got to stop making the shitty pop cultural references that were funny when you were a 13-year-old. Oh, it's Shang Jesus. All right, White Banner Army. Okay, that's real. Everyone just goes real quiet and then just moves on.
yep.
All right.
Don't make eye contact.
Ah, where do we put Vanilla Ariadna? So
Oh,
this is a challenging one because I feel
this
like
is.
you could just about slam half of the faction in Cheerfully Oblivious Hired Goon.
That's what I was like. I think there's a very strong argument for like Caledonia and US to both go in cheerfully oblivious hired
All right,
goon.
actually, okay, we don't have to do this in order. So I'm just going to say let's just put Caledonia
Absolutely.
in.
Yeah.
Now they're very close, right? Very close to being former varsity athlete,
They are.
but
They are.
they're having too much of a good time. The
What I think actually pushes them into cheerfully oblivious hired goon is specifically the N3, the house party list,
yep. So run me through that.
where you were playing, what was it, like 30 orders of Galwegians and William Wallace.
So
It's like,
the
we don't know why we're here. All we know is that this dude said there was a fucking party and we fucking showed up.
there was an actual to dive briefly into N3 history. There was a list that was, I think it was like 38 troopers. It didn't actually run Wallace because you couldn't afford him if you wanted that much crap. It was just,
Oh, sure.
but it was so like so what the list was. It was 4 groups of 9 or 10 troops each. And what you did is you hoped that you would go first. If you didn't go first, they couldn't possibly kill all of you. You hoped that you went first, and your first combat group formed up its core link and attacked until its core link was dead. Then you spent one of your 4 command tokens to make your second combat group to form up a link, and then you attacked until it was dead. And then third, and then fourth, and like it's
That is the
literally
most, that is the most cheerfully oblivious hired goon energy
it was
I have
the
ever heard
it
in
was
my
the
life.
Futurama Zap Brannigan, like
Yeah.
knowing that Killbots had a preset kill limit, I sent wave after wave of my Caledonians at them, and they were here for it as a faction.
No, and then they have carried that energy deeply into N4, where it's like we have like 3 teams, and it's a fucking Highlander Grey, 2 dudes. It's like we've been fucking hired to do a job. I got handed this big fucking gun. I have these fucking smoke grenades, and we're just gonna fuck them.
They even have like, yes, these days, sure, they don't have the waves of Galwegians, but they've just condensed those Galwegians. Like 3 Galwegians in a trench coat is a Cameronian.
Yeah,
Um, like, and the like Cameronians have got big puppy dog energy.
yeah.
We can just say that, right? And I
There-
feel like that fits into the cheerfully oblivious hired
And
goon.
is there a model in the game that has more cheerfully oblivious hired goon energy than McMurrow? There is no way there is a model in the game that is more a cheerfully oblivious hired goon than
I
McMurrow.
think
He's in so
every
many
McMurray
factions.
miniature that has ever existed, including the like N2 abomination, has that energy.
Yeah. He's in so many factions. He's just like, I'm just here to fuck shit up. Like
I mean, talk about a hired goon. McMurray's spiritual home is the Caledonian Highlander Army, but he's been hired by everyone.
everyone.
Okay, so there's our our first Ariadnan faction in Cheerfully Oblivious Hired Gun. I think let's move on to US Ariadna because there's a couple of places we could put US Ariadna. And I don't think it's Cheerfully Oblivious Hired Goon. I
Do you think
think
it's former varsity athlete?
it's either former varsity athlete. I think the Fox News uncle at family reunion, that's low hanging fruit. It's
That is such
American.
low-hanging- That is deeply low hanging
Right,
fruit.
they're the American sector, but like America is a large and diverse community. But
Wait,
yeah,
I know why they fit here.
yeah,
I've
go
got
for
it.
it.
It's I can't remember if it was the N3 list or it's the current list. It's the fucking infiltrating grunts. It is the circle of infiltrating grunts going, fucking Doug, get in there. Rolls a 2, rolls a 10. Fuck. All right. Jeff, you get in there. Rolls
Yep,
a 2. Yeah!
yep. I've got a noise gate on. You just cut out, and I know why you cut out because you were so enthusiastic.
I was so in. It's like, yeah, it's Chip, Jeff, Dale, and like Jim, and they're just like, we're gonna fucking get in there, and like three of them fail, but one of them gets in, and they are super fucking stoked that he got in.
Yep. The Sigma Beta Kappa fraternity,
Yeah,
like they're having such a good time, and yeah, yep. It's like I can literally imagine. There's like they're in like the room. The field is outside. The like muffled game noises. You can hear that like the crowd screaming, and it's just one after another. They're just running onto the field, making that infiltration roll,
yeah.
and they're just the energy. They're here for it. Win or lose, they're having a great time, which is good because US Ariadne as a faction, you really want to be having a great time regardless of whether or
Oh,
not you win
yeah.
or lose.
If you want to have like the even more like slapstick Looney Tunes version of this, they're in the fucking it's the fucking scene from Troy with the trebuchet. They're just yeeting grunts with a fucking trebuchet.
Scene from Troy or scene from I'm now drawn to that Bollywood. No, never mind.
Oh, I know the one you're talking
Yep.
about. Yeah.
I'd have to look it up. That's okay. All right, we got more Ariadna to do. Pick one and put it somewhere that's not cheerfully oblivious hired goon.
No, okay. So I think that Tartary Armory Corps
Yep.
is a very serious professional, but he runs a Ponzi scheme.
Okay, explain.
So he runs a Ponzi scheme, right? Because you have a million camo markers. It looks like you have all these assets.
Yep.
Under like 50 to 60% of them, there is nothing. He is selling you on the idea that he has so many things hidden away to fuck you up with, but it's just a Ponzi scheme. There's nothing under most of them.
So for me, the Tartary Army Corps is it's a very serious professional, but it's like a very serious military professional where it's like they salute, they file their reports, and they just feed all of the news. Like Tartary Army Corps is reporting back to Vanilla Ariadne and High Command that everything is fine and the troops are in fantastic shape, and they absolutely have not sold off all of the gasoline and stripped all of the optics
Yeah.
out of tanks to flog
Uh,
for vodka money. Like,
yeah, yeah, it's either my version of it with the Ponzi scheme or it's your version of it. Either way, there's nothing under those camo markers.
yeah, it could very easily be both, but until and that's it's that voyage of discovery where it's like you play against them. And it's almost fascinating the extent to which this has turned out to be vaguely prophetic, the Tartary Army Corps' design. But it literally is you play against Tartary Army Corps, and they deploy like 20 fucking camouflage markers. And the way that you engage with them is you just walk forward and you call their bluff because maybe half of them have anything remotely dangerous underneath them.
You're just like, flip it, motherfucker.
Yeah,
What's under it?
reveal, like, come at me, because that's probably like, even if it is a mine, 1 in 3 of them is like, I'll deal. You just face check that shit and call their bluff, and then it just turns out that there's nothing in the tank. The tanks have all had their optic stripped for wiring.
Yep.
They're producing substandard munitions. Like, just try me. So yeah, no.
The tank hunter pops up and he misfires.
Oh yeah, that is a moment. Now I don't feel like there's any like any other place that we could put them that would be appropriate. But as we move on, just remind me to put other factions in front of them as we rank the seriousness of their professionalism. Like
Yeah,
in
they are the most unserious serious
Yep,
professional.
yep.
They
All
are
right.
putting on a desperate mask to appear serious.
Where do we want to put the French? I feel like it would be low-hanging fruit because wine, but
Yeah, it is. It is very low hanging fruit.
are we here for that low-hanging fruit, or is there somewhere else that we want to? we want to put because
How are the French in N3?
um so I'm gonna say they deserve a spot in very serious professional.
Ooh,
No,
okay.
because the I've got a real soft spot for the theme of the Merovingian response force, where so in the setting, Merovingia they are the safest and most insulated of the Ariadne territories. They are the only territory that doesn't have a frontier with the antipodes, so like they don't have to deal with border raids, and they're part of like the unified Ariadne military structure. Is as like there's a reason why all of the reinforcements were basically a French part of the French sectoral, because it's the French when like shit goes wrong everywhere else in Ariadna that like jump into the helicopters and like fly off
Yeah,
to the rescue.
they're the only ones who have their shit together.
And so they are like the French are actually kind of just unironically doing their jobs. Now, are they very good at it?
No.
They got fucking annihilated by the Onyx Contact Force. But like they are just unironic. Like the
Yeah.
vibe of the Merovingian Rapid Response Force is actually just unironically professional. Like PanOceania, kind of ironically, well, actually, it's not an ironic bone in their body, but like the Tartary Army Corps, ironically very serious professional, but it's genuine in the form
Yeah.
of the Merovingian
It's
Response
either
Force.
very serious professional or they're a former gifted child because they're looking at everyone else who doesn't have their shit together and they're like, we've got our shit together. And then you like look at them and it's like we're failing out of college, but like we're getting like passes, we're getting 60% passes, 30% fails, and like 10% distinctions, and then we're riding on that 10% to
I
look really, really good.
Man, I'm gonna stake Merovingia as unironic serious professional. They're like a firefighter, right? Like the way
Yeah.
that emergency services, where there's just this kind of like, particularly when you're volunteer. I don't know if the Merovingian Response Force is a volunteer army or not. They're a professional army, but
They're volatiles.
when you have that kind of like there's that emergency services, or like if you've ever met someone who like works in the like the SA the SES, State Emergency Services, or
Yeah.
like rural firefighters, they've got this like, yeah, they're just a person, you just hang out with them, but when you need them to do something, they roll up their fucking sleeves, even if they are woefully under-equipped for the task. Right,
Yep.
woefully under-equipped, they still roll up their sleeves and fucking do it, and
And everyone
that's
else needs to bail them out.
well, or they're the ones who are just like, I don't have the equipment, I don't have the means, but I have the chutzpah and I have the motivation, and we'll do this somehow.
They
And
have a
pulling
certain je ne sais quoi.
a certain je ne sais quoi. Thank you very much. Off the back of that, motherfucker, you can tell me where Cosmoflot sits.
Fuck. Man, I almost want to say they're cheerfully oblivious hired goons.
No,
Because
that's reasonable. Yep.
they're just like having the best time. They've got like the best of all the fucking they've got the best of all worlds for Ariadna. They've got the tag, they've got the best troopers, they've got the best lieutenant, they've got the best infiltrator. They are just like, we have got the best tech, we are vibing, we are having the best time.
You know, so
It's either that.
you know what Cosmoflot. I agree. In particular, right? There's that like they're in this like mercenary outfit, or they're like a security guard that has spent a bunch of their own money on tactical equipment, right? Like
Yes.
their job is to guard a space station, but they paid
Yeah.
for like their own out of pocket third party night vision goggles and
Yeah.
like a special sling.
Their favorite store is like the army surplus store. Like they make like an annual pilgrimage to like the giant Bass Pro Shops pyramid.
Yep. Yep, 100%.
Uh,
And it's just like Jeff, they like Cosmoflot are undeniably competent as a faction, but the vibe of Cosmoflot is of the like paramilitary person slash mercenary who has bought their own aftermarket equipment and
yeah.
blinds themselves turning on their own night vision goggles.
Yeah.
That just like,
Yeah.
oh,
They bought like the fucking tag from AliExpress.
yep, yes. Yep, absolutely. And it like it works, and it will continue to work for like 2 months. And before the like, is there a warranty on it? Yeah, absolutely not. Um,
No.
I have figured out, I think, where Ariadna goes.
Okay.
I'm going to make the case for now.
Oh,
It's
all right.
it's not embittered, extremely divorced dad. It's just that, so for me, Ariadna,
They're like functioning co-parents.
like, yeah, kind of. It's like Ariadna as a faction, like vanilla PanOceania, for example, and vanilla Yuching, I actually feel like they have their own identities as people. But vanilla Ariadna is actually just all about his kids.
Yeah,
And and
he loves
it's
his kids.
he, like and all of them, and they're not necessarily all doing the same. They're not all
Right?
necessarily all
No,
doing the same. But
no.
it's
But
like
they're
there's not,
happy. They are happy kids.
and
He's made sure they are happy.
yeah, and there's not really a lot to vanilla Ariadna that you can't just trace back to those children. Every piece of conversation, it's like, hey, vanilla Ariadna, how are you doing? And he'll respond with, oh, well, like Caledonian Highlander Army's doing really well these days. Like, I asked about you, mate. Oh, I know, but have I told you about how US Ariadna's big game? And it's just like, dude, I know your wife's not in the picture anymore, and I know you love your kids, but I want to hear about you. And he's like, oh,
Is
well,
is his wife alive or dead?
I ooh, now hang on a second. I think his wife, they are divorced. I don't know, they're
Yep.
divorced, but it's that like healthy and respectful relationship. They
Okay.
both knew,
Yep.
like, particularly once the kids all left home, right? They both knew that it wasn't working anymore. They wanted to move on with different parts of their
Yep.
lives. And I think she's off doing something. Like, she loves her kids too, but she's off doing something. Whereas he's got the family home, and there's all the pictures of the kids are still on the wall, and it's
Yeah.
just like,
He's like traveling the world with her boyfriend or something.
yep. And he
Yeah.
probably stays in touch with her on Facebook. I I
Absolutely.
I don't I don't think vanilla Ariadna is unhealthy. I think honestly, very healthy person. Mechanically, very solid army, but all of their identity just draws back to their kids, and
Yep.
it's just like, I want you to tell me something about yourself that's not just a part of Caledonia, or like, yes, the Unknown Ranger is fantastic, vanilla Ariadna, but like, do you have anything? Okay, Libertos, cool. You've got a cat, you've got a fish, right?
Yeah,
That's
no, he's got a lizard. It's a pet lizard. It's a
and
bearded dragon. He has a bearded dragon. That's it.
that
Or
is
a
the
gecko.
that is the sole aspect of vanilla Ariadna's personality, is that, yeah,
Yeah.
he's got
He
one pet.
has a gecko.
All right, we're moving on now into the Haqqislam factions.
Alright.
Pick one and tell me where it goes.
I think that Kapu Kalki.
Motherfucker.
Oh, did you have strong opinions?
Well, no, it was the only one I had a strong answer for. But no, go tell me. Where do you
I
think?
thought you had I think they're a wine on at a family reunion.
I think they're an extremely divorced. But I think it's better. Okay, tell me why Kwapu Kalki are a wine art at a family reunion.
Because the people who have very strong opinions about in Kapu Kalki are all they like their strong opinions come out after they've had a couple of drinks. You know, they're talking about like the musical they went to see. They're talking about how they're saying the things that are literally impossible are true. They're like, no, you don't understand. The Janser bands is just as good as the Morats. You're not listening to me right now. You need to understand. You need to understand. We're just as good as everyone else, and it's your fault if you don't believe that.
That is a distressingly uncanny impersonation of a wine art at a family reunion, and I am forced to concede. I am forced to. I can't argue with that. I think so. Let's add a dash to that, because I
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
Kwapu Kalki. Like, yes, okay, sure. They're the wine art at the family reunion, but they have been trying to reinvent themselves a little bit. Like, maybe it's a spiritual new age journey, maybe it's looking for a bunch of reinforcements profiles that actually have added something kind of meaningful to the faction.
Would the reinforcements be them getting into an MLM?
Selling Tupperware.
Yeah, selling
Yeah.
Tupperware.
Yeah, but like, it's not. It's because it's not. It wouldn't be a full on MLM, right? Because I would say that the reinforcements not toxic, like, not a
No,
terrible, not a
definitely not.
it's not like those awful fucking makeup MLMs that are just terrible for everyone,
No, yeah, and all
right?
like the water filter ones.
It's one of the ones where the company structure is not overtly predatory. It's just kind
Yeah,
of capitalist. So you know
but
what,
it is. It's Tupperware.
it's
They sell
Tupperware, yeah.
Tupperware. Yeah,
Back
it's
back
Tupperware.
back when MLMs were like at least moderately okay for society, kind of, as opposed to just
Yeah.
deeply predatory,
What's the
empowering, right? Like those reinforcements, I would say, are
yeah.
empowering for Kapu Kalki.
They're like they're always telling you about like their one like when they have a couple of glasses of wine, they're telling you how well their like college dropout son is doing, and what's the hollow mask profile with the
Oh,
heavy
the
glass?
Havsa, yep.
Yeah, their college dropout son, who they're so proud of, is the Havsa.
Inexplicably, yeah. Like the
Yeah,
Havsa is there is so little, like there is so little that you can actually meaningfully say about the Havsa that is worth a damn. It is mildly expensive link filler, but she will find anything good to say about that
anything
man.
good to say about that?
Yep. Meanwhile, the Azrael actual, like, he just works hard labor, right? He's gone in, and
A-
I
As
think.
right, no, yeah. The Havsa is the middle child who gets all the love, or the youngest,
Mhm.
and the Azrael is the oldest child.
Yep. He's gone into construction. He works a blue collar job. He works real hard, and she's proud of him. Like, you will not find a Kwapu Kalki player that isn't proud of the Azrael. But you look at the Azrael's actual accomplishments: owns his own home, has a family, supports them. Like, yes, his knees are going to fucking give out from carrying that family
Yeah,
at age of 40. After like a lifetime of bricklaying takes its inevitable toll on him, but he works real hard. And yet, she is equally proud of the Havsa, the motherfucking Havsa, as she is of the Azrael, and the fucking Jan
she.
Bazan,
I
the
think
third
she is.
child Jan Bazan.
I think she is unironically said to the Azrael while drunk. I'll do the voice
Yeah.
again. You, you need to be more like your little brothers. They're so good all the time. Look, you're gonna hurt yourself. Just be more like them.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. We found the mood. Um, okay, so let's
I thought you
let's
had so many strong opinions about Haqqislam. It's like your home faction.
well, I was gonna put them at extremely divorced out, but I think you've made a more an independent assessment of Kwapu Kalki, and I actually think that I'm too close to them because I just, for whatever reason, people have had a crack at, they fucking look, it's Hunzakuts, but let's not talk about Hunzakuts.
When's the
That's my
good?
blind spot for Haqqislam generally. Um,
Oh god.
okay, let's do something with either Hassassin's or Vanilla Haqqislam. Um, and I think Vanilla Haqqislam probably look.
Man, this is a self. You are self-reporting so hard
Yeah, I'm
right
just
now.
it's Vanilla Haqqislam sits somewhere between
I
very
don't.
serious professional and former
I
gifted
don't. I
child.
don't think they can be professionals because I think their sectorals are professionals.
The thing for me, like Vanilla Haqqislam is just like they got. Look, yeah, look. Let's say former gifted child. I'll fucking self-report this one,
Yeah, this is
but
the deepest self-report of all
they're
time.
they're the one where it's like they've made a go of it, and they're in medicine.
Yep.
They've pursued a STEM career, and they're genuinely pretty good at it. Like they are a genuinely like the research, that like medical research, that kind of thing. Like they are
You know,
seriously.
I think I've got it. I think they're like a doctor in like a deep country hospital, nowhere near a big city. That's why they're former.
Yep. Okay.
They're like out in a desert somewhere in like a small town. Like they are nowhere near a main city. They couldn't quite crack it in the big city. So like they're like some
I'm gonna
small
no look. I'm gonna
hospital.
contest that. I'm gonna
You
say
contest it?
actually, and this is why they're not very serious professional. Like because Hackislam obviously went into STEM. Like
Yep.
100%, no faction went into STEM harder. But Hackislam, I think,
No.
although we're gonna call them a former gifted child, like they've fucking applied themselves. They've worked hard. They've let that intelligence carry them through into life. But they're not a very serious professional because they're in Medician Sans Frontiers or something.
Yeah.
Where like they're a volunteer doctor, they're just doing shit for like they are of all of these factions, like they have all factions in Infinity. These are the motherfuckers that are just kind of unironically trying to do good, and they don't have like they're not making a ton of money because you don't make a ton of money in volunteer organizations.
No.
I knew a guy when I was like when this is like primary school stuff. There was a mate, like best mate in like primary school, was a guy called Peter. Just super smart kid, flogged the shit out of me at Magic the Gathering, had a life plan, and literally the entire life plan he gave up. Like he had this plan about how he was going to make X amount of money. This is shit he had figured out at like age 10. And then he gave it all up to go like hiking on a journey of self-discovery. Now I'm pretty sure he went into some kind of either scientific or similar field, but because the dude was just a fucking genius. But Haqqislam is that story where it's like they had their life entirely fucking figured out, and they went into medicine, but then just like journey of self-discovery, and now they're doing volunteer work in sub-Saharan Africa or something, and you see the
Yeah.
occasional like inspirational thing pop up on Facebook, but not much because they genuinely don't have time to post on socials. Like they just pop in
Um,
and let everyone know how they're doing, and like fucking how dare you be a former gifted child that is like unironically doing shit with your life that improves people's existences. You
and you
bastard. I'm
can
I'm sitting over here making YouTube videos.
and you can like and you can tell that they're definitely not making a lot of money because of how many irregulars that they play, but they like they love their irregulars,
Yeah,
Steve,
no,
right?
100%. All right, where do we put now? Obviously, we cannot put Assassins in the same spot. Um,
No. Do you think that because they're like all the assassins, they're the very serious professionals, and Rama Task Force are the hired goons or the varsity athletes because they're super soldiers?
I'm trying to think about. So no, you know what? But Assassins are why, and
Oh,
this is why. This is why. This
okay,
is not
all
a
right.
mechanical assessment, right? This is now in this case, it's going to be a wine uncle or perhaps some kind of other substance uncle.
Yep.
Um, but
Jesus Christ.
I'm not speaking
Yeah.
from any personal experience there, because
Uncle Jim doesn't have much of a sense of smell anymore, and don't ask him why he's sniffing all the
yep,
time.
Hassan Baram at the family reunion, they have a couple, they duck off to the loo, they come back, and then they launch into a fucking tirade about how the reign of terror was the only way to organize a society, and we have to guillotine every rich person imaginable, and only after we have executed every single person with more than $1,000 to their name will we possibly have the search for truth that Allah intended. They're like the serious, like they're not a Fox News uncle because it's not that kind
No.
of like it's not that conspiracy level. They are dead fucking serious about killing and eating the rich, and that is their vibe.
Yep.
And it's in this case we're going to call them they're a something uncle, not a wine aunt.
Yeah,
But
they're a substance uncle.
but they are deeply politically motivated. Not necessarily in a position to actually accomplish much of anything. You like maybe one day, like you just 100% know that they're gonna just talk shit their entire lives and either fade into obscurity or oh fuck, mom, Uncle Jim's on the news. Is that Uncle Jim on the news? And it's like police are searching for this man. Have you seen this person? And it's just like the mugshot, and you're like, oh Jesus Christ.
He's he's Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah. Where like he's
He's
gonna
the
get he's
Unabomber.
gonna get
He's the Unabomber.
he's gonna get caught because the family recognizes like a verbal tick he had that showed
They
up in
recognize the manifesto.
yeah. Oh. All right. So where do we want to put the Rama task force? They're
I
they're
think
in one of these two, right?
I thought I would say like because they're all super soldiers as well. I think former varsity athlete is also potential
Okay, just because they're roided the fuck out.
because they're roided the fuck up. Like they're roided the fuck up. They're like super happy to be here. Like therefore, like the like Zayadins and like the super soldiers, like the former varsity athletes and the
Oh,
Gulams, like still follow them around.
so and you know what else it is as well because like the there was a transformative event in terms of like semi-recent releases for Rama Task Force that changed the faction for me. Rama Task Force, absolutely, like former varsity athlete, they're still on the juice. They're absolutely pumping. They're like there's a lot of substances going into their body, but also they got
All of
in.
them have like the fucking the HGH gut, the void gut.
They they got into drones recently. They got like
Oh.
big into like they bought a quadcopter and they are just it is just defined. It has been transformative in their lives. And they're like, yeah, this technology has existed literally for years at this point. Like everyone in the game, Rama Task Force has like neurasthenics or total reaction of some sort, but they got way into it. And yeah, the Sunduk Bud is just Rama Task Force buying a quadcopter and being so happy with it. But it maybe they'll lean off of like this whole like chemical existence where
Yep.
they're hitting up their brothers for hitting up their vanilla faction for like medical advice about how to push their gains even further.
Yeah,
Um,
like Carmen is like she rides her fucking bike with a really scary looking dog that everyone's a little bit afraid to go near,
yeah.
and that's why she's a regular.
But okay, yeah, the former. Now again, I think we could, depending on your personal approach to the faction, like in the fluff, Rama Task Force really are. They're kind of just professional military. You could put them in very serious professional alongside if you like leaned into that part of their identity, you could pop them down next to Merovingian Response Force, for example. But I no I think the fact that like the whole faction is just juiced to the gills, not always to like any kind of meaningful advantage. Like the Namur super soldier is on an awful lot of something, and it's like, what did they get out of it? An extra
She's not
wound.
doing much with it.
Yeah, like it's like that kind of like bodybuilder where it's all biceps. It's the most useless muscle. It does not actually contribute to much, but like by God, they are just
The
working the shit out of it.
the Namur super soldiers are like because the Namur it's like a female sculpt, isn't it?
Yep, I think the Nomura sculpts are all female. Yep.
Yeah, it's the fucking East German athletes
I mean, and
from
that's
back in like the Soviet Union.
that's allowed to be a person's thing. By the way, I'm not
Yeah,
going to yuck anybody's yum. That's a very appealing stereotype for a certain type of person, and they're thoroughly entitled to that. But yep, okay, former varsity athlete.
we figured
Um,
that one out. We
that
got it
yep,
locked in.
that athletic, and because they're all athletic, but they're athletic in the way that it's like you are deep on performance
They
enhancing
are athletic
substances.
in like a scary way.
Yeah, yep, yes, no, I like that take actually. Yeah, where it is the like humans should not be able to do that,
The
and you
human body is not meant to be able to do the things that you are
that
doing
you were
to it.
doing. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. So they're a former varsity athlete that has transitioned into that professionally, and but like they are from a country that is going to suppress the
It
results
is
of.
it is it is absolutely that like the state-sponsored doping program
Yep.
because they're getting it all from the government
Yep.
and
Yep.
their lives are going to be ruined by it later, and they're going to have almost nothing to show for it after all the medals get stripped.
But in the right now, in the moment, their bodies are
In the
doing things
moment,
that a
yep,
human being should not be able to do.
absolutely.
All right, we move now into Nomads. Now I've got a few different. Do you want me to go first?
Uh,
Or
I
do you
think
have?
the only one I sort of vibed is that Corregidor, because of the Link team changes, is like a divorced dad.
I'm going to argue against that, but I'm going to start
Okay.
by let's just. I want to start with Tunguska
Yeah,
because
vibe me through it. Yep,
because
yep, yep, yep,
Tunguska
yep, yep, yep.
Tunguska is a very serious professional exists as a category because I was trying to figure out how to talk about Tunguska. But Tunguska as a person is very, very close. Like PanOceania is the unironic LinkedIn professional, but PanOceania,
LinkedIn CEO.
like PanOceania is the son of a CEO and works in a company where there's big money flowing around. Tunguska is a fucking real estate agent. Tunguska
Yeah.
Tunguska is the real estate agent with a LinkedIn profile that is way too active, and they are just on way too much cocaine. Like
Yeah.
so
And
much
that's where the
cocaine,
casinos come into it. Yep.
and that is just like that is we know this person, right? Anyone who has ever
Yep.
talked to a bloody real estate agent that is in their like they wear their blazer outside of the office and you can't convince them
Oh,
to put it anywhere else, and then every weekend they are out on the bags just in a big
yep.
way, and that
Their
is like
hair, their hair has so much gel in it. It's like a
yep.
liquid. Yep.
Oh, yep. I know this person in my soul. I've had to deal with them on too
Yes.
many occasions. And that is
You,
Tunguska.
you
They're
fucking you fucking bought a house. Like you get it. You know it. You've seen them.
it's just that so often and it's and like they are they're very serious, but it's that like they're competing for performance so hard, and you're selling houses, mate. You're making a commission off of like the hyperinflated market. There is none of your own skill has contributed to this. You lucked into this industry. Um,
Or hold on, if they're are they a property manager then?
It's all the fucking same. You know
Yeah, it's
what?
all the
Yeah,
same.
like, yeah, actually, yes. Strictly speaking, that is a better way. In my head, I had real estate agent, but yes, they're a property manager because
Yeah.
that is literally what they do.
Because
They're
they're not talking to the owner of the house. They're sending the tenant a fucking letter that says your rent's going up $200.
or I mean, even the more successful ones are managing some kind of a portfolio.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's just yeah, but it's that archetype. It's the
yeah.
slicked hair. It's the wearing their work blazer at at casual social functions, and just
Yeah.
an awful lot of cocaine.
So much cocaine. I
Um,
think I have Bakuna nailed down.
I mean, I know where I would put it, but it's low hanging fruit for me. Where would you put it?
It's the Fox News uncle at a family reunion.
Okay,
Because
talk.
because they've got both sides of it. Because they've got the religious fundamentalism,
Yeah,
and they have like the psychotic anarchist conspiracy theories.
I was very close to having both. Like, Wine Art and Fox News Uncle are two sides of the same coin, and like
Yeah.
almost had them as one category. But the thing about like the Wine Art is external focused. Right, the wine art kind of has too much self-esteem. The Fox News
The
uncle
wine aunt needs the wine to get going. The Fox News uncle is just gonna go.
and the Fox News uncle I feel has like the wine aunt has too much self-esteem. The Fox News uncle had by far not enough. It's that like
No,
conspiracy
yeah.
theory. Now, what we have in Bakunin is obviously it's not necessarily like not it's not the far conservative side of politics, although some parts of Bakunin absolutely are.
Yeah, like I said, you've got both sides of it. You've got like the
Yep.
religious fundamentalism on one side, and then the other side you've got like the like anarchist conspiracy theorist,
It's
like
it's
jet
conspiracy
fuel can't
theories
melt
left and right.
steel beams.
Yep. Aleph is out to get all of us. Like
Yeah.
the we have made God and it is the devil.
Do
Like
you know someone who's been replaced?
oh yeah, yes, yeah. It's that deep conspiracy. Like it's almost in this case, Fox News is kind of like a catch-all, but Bakunin is the like the QAnon aunt. Like she's
Oh
got
no, 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 no. Bakunin's 4chan.
okay. Run me through that.
Because like because like it's 4chan because like it's QAnon, but
Yep.
then there's just like a lot of random slurs and furry art.
It contains multitudes, and a great deal of that is like there's things about like when Bakunin and I agree on something, I would absolutely sitting down at a family reunion with Bakunin on something we agree on. I would just fucking get going, right? Like talking about like women's rights, reproductive health, they'd be
Yep.
all fucking there with me, but then they just veer off and it's like
Oh,
telling
I've
me
got it.
about
I've got
Uberfell
it. Yeah, yeah, it's the Uber Folk. It's like you're like talking about reproductive rights, and they're like, and you should be able to fuck the goats.
Oh, yep, yep. And it's like, oh, you're actually a libertarian. Oh no, like that libertarian deep like the deep state is
Yeah.
real. Yeah,
They show you like a photo of the Uber Folk commanders, and they're like, you agree with me? The shark is sexy, right? Like it's
yeah,
fuckable.
yeah. All right, okay. And you have to just like awkwardly not say anything and like let them just like you just have to let them continue that part of the conversation you
You
have.
sort of just have to like take a drink and just sort of like you make like a non-committal head movement.
Oh, yep. Okay. Yes. That is a deeply uncomfortable take, but I'm forced to concede that it's accurate.
Yeah.
Now,
I think you've said that like 3 different times.
you had Corregidor as extremely divorced dad. I feel like they sit like thematically.
They're cheerfully hired
I mean,
goons.
they're literally hired. Like that is their entire fluff.
Aren't they like prisoners? That's their whole thing. Is that
So they're like the labor union.
yeah, they're like escaped
Corregidor,
convicts and shit.
yeah, there are penal battalion, there are multiple penal battalions. Actually, now that I think
Yeah.
about it, in Corregidor, but they are literally like they come in and they do the hard work. But I feel like cheerfully oblivious is not necessarily accurate to describe them. Um, and if indeed they are, if they work in construction, yeah, maybe they're the embittered person that works in
Like
construction. So
they worked really, really well with their partner. And then their partner like went in a completely different direction. Their partner cheated on them. and then now they are like embitterly divorced, and they can make nothing work in their faction.
Oh yeah, they're coming apart. They really are coming apart. Yep.
Yeah. Like
No.
nothing works anymore, nothing goes together. Like ever since she fucking cheated on me with Bakunin,
Yeah.
ever since CB was their partner and CB cheated on them with Bakunin.
Yep. Yep.
And CB took everything in the divorce.
So the other possibility, right, is, and it's the same
Mhm.
archetype where there's a certain kind of dude that thinks that an open relationship is going to be the
Oh
fucking
no.
best, right? And that's Corregidor, where
No.
it's like, oh no, babe, it'll be
Oh.
like we'll see other people, and
Oh no.
and he
And their
very
partner is way more successful
Oh
at it
yeah,
than they
very,
are.
very
Yeah.
quickly realizes that they are not the ones who can pull who can pull in the
Oh.
relationship. And there's that
Oh
like
my
horrible moment
god.
where they're staring at their link team composition bonuses, realizing they've made a terrible, terrible mistake.
They are staring at their like one Swick Aguasila lieutenant going, "What have I done with
Yeah.
my life?"
Not realizing how far above their weight they were punching with link teams the way they were, and then suggesting that maybe we spice things up a little bit, and then they do, and it's like they're not necessarily like, you don't have to be divorced to have the emotional energy of an extremely divorced dad.
Yeah.
But Corregidor is that guy who made the
Yeah.
call and be like, he talked her into it, like, babe, let's experiment with different ways of managing link teams in this game, and
Oh,
just like he's realizing what he's done,
yeah.
and it's too fucking late.
It's either that or it's CB took everything in the
And
divorce.
one of the two.
One of the
Um,
two.
oh yeah, no, I'm gonna stick by my take, but yeah, like that Corregidor is a walking Batuta advocate article one way or the other.
Yeah.
That
Do
leaves
you
us
think
with
nomads
just
are they a former gifted child? I've been thinking about it. I'm not sure. Because like they had, because there was like there was the list, right? There was like the Lobo special, and
yeah.
that won a event, and then it dropped off the face of the earth because no one else could do it properly.
No, I think it's perfect. I think they are deep, and they are deep, like actually former gifted child,
I think they are like the top of the list of former gifted
where
child.
they
They had like
had
their one peak.
yeah, and all of N4, like literally the very first, and I feel like multiple people arrived at the same thing, right? Where it's um within like 2 weeks of N4 actually having released, I went up to a tournament in Sydney, and like, what was in the fucking list? It was Puppet Bots and a Salamander and Jazz and Billy and Jazz and
And Uberfall
Uberfell
Commando and two
Commando and
moderators.
some Morlocks with assault pistols, two
Yeah,
moderators, and it was just like, and that was their moment. It was the first, apart from like maybe
yeah.
JSA yeeting samurai across the table.
And
It
they
was
are
the
still
first,
and there is a dedicated group of them still trying to make it work
yeah.
today, and it's just not cutting it anymore.
It was the first, like, snap it, like, lock it in, optimized. Everything is clean, everything is fit, everything fits. 300 points, and you've got everything that you want list in N4, and it smashed out of the park. But we're just waiting for the second bit. We're waiting for the second Nomad list, and they're just like,
Yeah.
but like, have I showed you? What if I did the exact same list but with a gator? And you're like, Nomads, that's the same fucking thing. It's the same. Like, you're still coasting.
It's the Jimmy Neutron meme, and I present the list. Shen, this is the seventh week in a row that you've brought the list to show and
Yep,
tell.
yeah, and it's literally okay. So Jordan is an absolute content goblin, and about 50% of the memes that I make are things that Jordan has said. So after this, I'm going to go and make that fucking Jimmy Neutron meme, and I'm just going to
Absolutely.
put in the like the Lobo list slash like that.
No, no, it's got it's nomads on it's the nomad symbol on Shen's face,
Yeah,
and then it's like a tiny picture of like the list, and then it's just your avatar on the fucking teacher.
this is the seventh time in a row that you've shown us the Nomad list. Yep, no,
It's
extreme maximal former gifted child energy.
the hardest
Good,
form of gifted
yeah.
child energy.
Good read. Good read. All
Going
right,
into, I would argue, the most varsity athlete faction in Morats.
100%. Yeah, there is actually. Hang on, we need to move this.
I think they are top of the list
Yeah,
of former varsity.
like
I would posit actually that the former varsity athlete category, it should be Morats and then USA and then Torchlight.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. No, in terms of just jock energy, like there is no faction in the game that brings bigger jock energy than Morats. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like yes, you could make the argument that like cheerfully oblivious hired goon is a good category for them, and to an extent,
They're too
well,
militarized.
it like here's the thing. A cheerfully oblivious hired goon does not enjoy giving you a swirly, but the Morats do.
They absolutely do.
Like,
And the other thing as well, I will say, is that the your squad of cheerfully oblivious hired goons work really well together, but you can't mix two squads of cheerfully oblivious hired goons. You can mix any number of Morats together. It's like you can mix any group of those football players together, and they are all gonna get along fucking perfectly.
I mean, unless there's some kind of fraternity thing, even then, it doesn't matter. They're all
Yeah.
kindred spirits in the end. Yeah, no, there's there
It's like
is
so long as Cornac is there, everyone's fucking happy.
and I mean, and that's even that like wheresoever any group of like jocks gather, an alpha jock does inevitably emerge. And Cornac is the alpha jock of infinity. There is
Yep.
there is no one that has that like effortless social energy while at the same time just being maybe kind of an asshole.
Just a bit of a fucking cunt.
Yeah, okay. No, but like no faction in the game has more jock energy. I think US Ariadna versus Torchlight in terms of the rankings of former varsity athlete. I think US Ariadna does move above Torchlight Brigade just because they're enjoying it more. Whereas
Yeah.
Torchlight Brigade is like they're more Torchlight Brigade is into it, but it's too important to Torchlight Brigade. Whereas
It's
US
too
Ariadna
important,
having
and they're not quite as good at it as
yeah.
well. They lost the last state championship when they were sure they were gonna win it.
Well, I mean, I think US Ariadna's probably never won a state championship, but they're having too much fun to
They're
care.
having the best
Yeah.
time.
All right, pick a another combined army, faction.
Oh god.
I'm having a
Oh
think here.
man.
I'm gonna
Would you say
say
Shazva
so.
Oh, ooh, I was gonna say why not?
Well, so for this, look, Shazvasti. No, I'm gonna say Fox News at a family
Okay,
reunion,
alright,
and
alright, alright.
it's like somewhere in here, and it's specifically because they're a hardcore conspiracy theorist. Everyone is out to get them. They're like, and that is the entire
Are
species. Like,
they is their favorite news source InfoWars?
yes, they are also a prepper. Like
Yep,
that's
yep.
Shazvasti are a full-on prepper, and they're the kind
They
of
they
they're the
will
kind
talk
of
about chemtrails for
yep,
hours.
they're the kind of person who will go out and buy like a car attachment to bolt on under their car to protect their car from EMPs when the bombs arrive, and
Yep,
it does nothing. It is a
nothing.
useless piece of junk that
It
they have
does
paid money for.
nothing.
That is the seed embryo rule that I'm
You
referencing, by the way.
you would not be surprised. Like, let me paint you a picture. You would not be surprised if one day you saw on the news local man killed by his own booby trap.
Yeah, yes, no, 100%. Yes, that is the Shasvasti vibe. It's like they forgot to disarm, and like they police go
And
to the
it's like
home.
and it's like some Looney Tunes shit too, where it's like a shotgun on like a pull string, or it's like a fucking they somehow got their hands on like a claymore or
Oh
something.
yeah, yeah, no. Police like go to their home and they've excavated under the house, and it's just a full-on bunker. It's not necessarily structurally sound, like, but
Yes.
but they are just like they are convinced that like yeah, chemtrails are turning the frogs gay. Yeah,
Yes. Oh my god.
yep.
No, you've completely sold me on it. Deeply sold me on it.
All right, we've got two
Oh
more vanilla
god.
combined army. I'm struggling with where
Oh,
to put actual VCA, but I think it's up here. And that's
you
if
reckon?
we yeah, but I'm willing to listen to a counter argument before I launch into a screed.
I I don't know. I think very serious. They are the villains. They are the villains of the entire game. I feel like they are just very serious professionals because like every time like very serious professionals in like the actual like they're not a LinkedIn CEO. It's like uh oh fuck it. They're one
They
of the
have
like
actual big money.
they're one of no, they're the deep state.
So I'm going to make the argument that they fit up here for actually the
Okay.
same reason, like for the same reason that Yuching does, because Vanilla Combined
The
Army
Avatar.
is literally well, no, so VCA is one of the two factions alongside Yuching that has literally had a fucking divorce.
Yeah.
because the deep lore of the evolved intelligence, basically you are forced to confront the fact that it is a bitter and hopeless failure, where it's so the story, like the lore of the evolved intelligence, is that you have the Hegemon who made this fucking thing and said, hey, teach us how to like ascend and become beings of light, etc. But the thing is it wasn't the first one. They made an intelligence that preceded the evolved intelligence, and were like, intelligence that we have created, artificial intelligence, help us, teach us how to ascend, become beings of light. And this AI basically was like, no, peace out. I'm leaving and becoming a luminous creation. None of you are fucking ready. I'm gone. And so the Hegemony was like, well, shit, let's just do that again, but shackle this motherfucker so that it can't leave without us. And so the evolved intelligence literally is like just set up, like it's set up to fail. It has been created in the full. I mean, maybe this is like I don't know even what the metaphor is here, but like failure, that horrible kind of like bitter failure, is coded into the evolved intelligence. And like he's got a fucking Ferrari, he's got a high paying career, but he just like deep down that failure gnaws at the evolved
Mm,
intelligence, to the extent that
yeah.
like the evolved intelligence at some point during its history, there was an event called the Nemesis Wars, where it was like, well, I mean, I can't do this. It recognized like it just can't do the things that its creators designed it to do. So maybe if it spins off an intelligence, that intelligence will be able to do something that it can't. And then just immediately that intelligence rebelled against it, seized control of like half of its systems, and then there was a massive war within the hegemony between the evolved intelligence and what became known as Nemesis. Um, and like these days, right? Like fast forward, and you have like the obviously old, right? Like the evolved intelligence, if they were a person, would be on the far side of 50. But
Mm,
they're doing their best to like gray hair, that kind of silver fox, drives a Ferrari, and lusts after a woman who is way younger than he is. I'm of course referring to
mm.
Aleph, but like that relationship there is like a little uncomfortable. Like what are the evolved intelligence's intentions toward Aleph? It's not completely clear. It's a little fucking weird. Like just that the whole energy is that like that kind of like I like, and obviously like wealthy, influential. Like it's every like romance novels as a general concept. Right. I've seen the take that like don't knock romance novels too hard because it's literally just a form of fiction in which women
Oh,
women
the
get
EI is
what they want.
Christian Grey.
100%. But
Yeah,
but
the
like
EI is
every
Christian Grey.
yeah,
Yep.
right? Like
Okay.
that
Yeah.
was every now and
Yeah.
again you have the romance novel where it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, you've got some internalized fucking
Yeah.
misogyny or
You
something
got
happening
the.
here, and
There's
it's
something.
yeah, this is not a good dude that you have
I
written in
can.
as a
I
character.
can very much tell that this is a character you wrote in fan fiction that you had to try really hard to pull back enough for normality.
Yep. Okay. That leaves
And
us.
and
Yep.
they have recently crashed a Ferrari, and that Ferrari was the Avatar.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yep. As an Australian, I'm culturally obliged to be quite proud about what happened to the. And the same way, like all Australians look on at the misfortune of over-rich dickheads. And at the same
Yeah,
way, I'm very, very happy that the Avatar is now just
that
reasonably costed.
no matter what the fucking no matter what any other country says about the Australian Infinity Meta, we got the Avatar nerfed, and that is fucking fantastic.
Oh, it was a yeah, yes, and it's. I mean, it's still excellent, but
Yeah,
yeah. So where do we want to put the Onyx Contact Force?
I ugh. Are they the cheerfully oblivious hired goons?
Maybe. Um, I I personally am slightly inclined to how I feel life in the Onyx Contact Force is probably like they're like somewhere here in terms of very serious professional, or
They're like
maybe like
really into robotics.
well, like because they're diplomats ultimately, but they're diplomats on behalf of a broken, fucked up, sociopathic creature. Now, of course, the Umbra are
Yeah.
themselves completely whacked in the head, but like, I feel
Oh,
like a day in the life of the Onyx Contact Force is just knowing that you're part of a cog in a machine, and that you're not really like yes, you're the first contact division, but there's this kind of like Look, they might get a glow up. They might get a promotion. N5 has promised many, many things to the Onyx Contact Force. I've been promised a Bakun and Star rework, which I am frothing for. But right now, Onyx Contact Force are like they're a salary man. They come in and they are just forced to be a cog in a machine, day in and day out.
They they love watching the combat footage videos of like the drone POVs from like those
Oh.
like and it's not like the American drones where it's the grey screen and you just hear someone go contact solved. It's the ghetto like it's like oh this is like an Amazon drone that there is a grenade on a string.
Yeah, yeah, because there has to be that degree of like your hobbies are how sociopathic because like the Umbra are still part of the Onyx Contact Force.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like no, it's like it's totally normal for me to watch a guy get a grenade dropped on him from a fucking like Kmart drone.
yeah, yeah, but then the day in day out is just they work that kind of career where they are just an extension of someone that is far wealthier and far more powerful than they are, and they're forced to
Mm,
just be like, oh no, I'm very important. Like, yeah, sure you are, buddy, sure you are.
yeah.
All
And
right.
then they go home and they like take it out and they fucking like yeah, big like incel energy.
Yes, and like I almost like we don't have anywhere like they're almost Fox News Uncle, but
Almost,
then they're
yeah.
not quite. Like they are
They're
the
too
kind.
professional. They're
Yeah,
too professional.
if they like the second that Onyx Contact Force like loses their fucking job, they are straight into this as a category. But right now they have to keep it together, and so the sociopathy just comes out like it just comes out on the weekends and at the at like you're like, oh, what did you do last night? Oh yeah, I just went home and watched some YouTube videos and like smash cut to the videos, and it's just like, holy shit, this is American. This is just some American
Oh,
psycho.
what the fuck, man? What is
Yeah,
wrong with
yeah.
you? Like the takeaway from this is that Norkius is an incel.
Yeah. Oh, yes, 100%. Yeah. Like Onyx Contact
Like,
Force's favorite movie is American Psycho. Like it's just
yep,
it's all there.
yep. They and Fight Club. They love Fight
Oh yeah,
Club.
yeah. Wait, despite the fact that in any actual knockdown drag out wouldn't stand a chance. But it's that
Yep.
like they're that kind of guy that is absolutely convinced that the beast is inside them. If
They
oh,
see red. I see red, bro. That's what they're like. Oh man, if I see red, ooh,
all right. We move now on to Aleph. Now, I don't know where vanilla Aleph goes.
just put Steel Phalanx as varsity athletes.
Like
Come on.
yeah,
There we go.
like
Yeah.
we can just lock those two in right now, right? Like we can just make the call that like two sides of the same coin. Operation
Yep.
Subsection and Steel Phalanx are just two sides of the same coin. It's the same energy. Operation Subsection are just
Have been
fucking
they've
nerds.
they've been playing that one list. They've been playing it for years, and
Yep.
they're like, nope. It's still that good. It is still that good, and it is to an extent. But everyone else is doing something a little bit better than you now.
And it's yeah, Operation Subs. I mean, I'm just talking the general emotional vibe. Like I
Yeah.
look at those models, I look at the proportions of Dakinis and Danavis and how the faction like you just put the faction on the table and you're just like, you're fucking nerds. Your whole
You are
faction are
fucking
like the
nerds.
Shukra, everything like the Marut looks like a nerd. You've managed to make a tag look like a fucking nerd. Like
Like, and then even on the like the mechanical side of it, right? Like you've got like OSS players, they're like building different lists, but the different lists, it's like this is just like it's different, but it's kind of just worse than that one really good thing you did like years ago.
I feel like OSS is a faction for like we all know this person where they're the kid that got given rather than Lego, they got given Meccano as a kid. That's
Yes.
like that's Operation Subsection, where it's just like you are
They
yeah.
they they did like they maybe did like a competitive sport that they were really good at, but like flamed out.
I like they went to engineering like they're the kid
Yeah.
that like there's all like those stock photos like every high school has stock photography that they took like 10 years ago of some students doing like an egg drop or something, and
Yeah.
there's always the like some fucking nerd in those photos, and Operation Subsection is that nerd. They've got
Yeah, but
safety
yeah,
goggles and a
but
lab coat
sorry,
on and they're
I
doing an
should
egg drop.
say when I say sport, I mean like nerd
Yep.
sport. Like they did like archery, they did like fencing maybe, like
Oh, that's a little. We don't know
Um,
anyone we don't know anyone that would be directly attacking, do we, by any chance?
no, of course not. They
No.
did like like maybe they did like air pistol shooting, maybe.
Yep.
Like it's one of those like deep nerd sports.
Meanwhile, Steel Phalanx have like more at levels of jock energy.
Steel Phalanx is probably like just behind because they don't work as well together. They're like the team of jocks that are all competing with one another.
Yes.
Morats are like all working together.
Yeah. Yep. No. And it's just and Steel Phalanx are it's big personalities and big names, and it's like big it's those big names that like everyone remembers the big, like they were big names in high school. They were big
Yeah,
names a long time ago. But these days you're like, oh, there's how you doing, Steel Phalanx? And they'll be like, yeah, bro, fucking yeah, shit's sick, bro, yeah. And you're like, oh, how is everyone? And they'll rattle off some names, and you'll be like, oh, how's Odysseus? And they'll go real fucking quiet. Be like, yeah, how's
Patroclus.
Patrocles? And as I just I don't want to fucking talk about it, bro. I don't want to fucking
Well,
talk about it. He's
man.
not cool anymore, bro.
Cool,
Um,
bro.
and it's just like, oh yeah, okay. And it's you
I
like
haven't seen
those
I haven't
friend
seen
groups.
I haven't seen Achilles for a while. It's like he's hanging out with Vanilla now.
And you have those like jock friend groups where and just by the by, I'm fucking mad that I forgot to say that Vanilla PanOceania is hugely into Myers-Briggs. Just by the way, while I
Yeah.
remember, Vanilla Pano is absolutely that
Yeah.
guy that will not stop telling you that he's an ENTJ. Um, fucking we've all known that person. Anyway, but it's like Steel Phalanx.
Yeah.
You have those like jock friend groups where like they can like nothing. You go like, what are you doing on the weekend? And they'll tell you like, oh, you're like, dude, you're 30 years old. What are you doing on the weekend? I'm fucking going out and we're gonna do a kegger party, bro. And it's like, you're 30, mate. Like but the friend group gets
Like
smaller and smaller every year.
it's like a kegger, or they're playing like like football sevens at like a local
Mhm.
park.
And they've still got it to an extent. Like there's still that physical power there, but you can just
Yeah.
see like,
Oh, and they're a cop as well. They're like the jock cop who
oh,
never
yep.
left his hometown.
Yeah, that need to like there is that need to experience a little bit of power, and it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, no, I know exactly the archetype where it was
yeah.
like you
Because
tried to
they're
get into
the
the military and you
yeah.
didn't make it, so you
Because they're
became a
the like
cop.
they're like the assault force for Aleph, right?
Yes.
That's just it. They're cops. Like
Yep.
they're like small town cops. They never, but and they're former varsity athletes, small town cop.
Yeah. Yep. They and I mean, look, if mechanically, again, not a mechanical assessment, but mechanically speaking, Steel Phalanx are fucking bully. Like the
Yep.
faction is just like it's all of that physical power right up until they run into something that doesn't fight on their terms. And the second they run into an obstacle that is not like fighting the way that they want to fight, where they're the ones with the power, they fucking collapse.
Yep.
And that is exactly the
And
jock that became a cop.
they whinge the loudest.
There's
Loud.
players versus faction there, but yes. Um,
No, no, you know, like Ajax is like you hack Ajax, and Ajax is gonna be whinging about that one for months
yeah,
afterwards.
it's the huge man henpecking like fucking bro. Infowar is broken, bro. Fucking can't reset out of isolated spotlight, bro. This fucking sucks. Oh, yep, yeah. Corvus Belli, please nerf all Infowar.
Yeah, info war too strong.
Now this is one I don't know where to put. Where does I think Vanilla Aleph goes here, but
Ooh,
um,
I
and
don't, I don't know. This is a tough one.
yeah. So the thing is that she's like she could also be like somewhere here, where it's
Is there an argument, right?
yep,
Because they are the deep state. Are
yep.
they also like the Fox News uncle because they believe all the conspiracy theories because they're the ones making them up?
I think so. I don't. I think the Fox News uncle has to kind of like by definition not have any power.
Yeah.
The Fox News uncle is not someone with the capacity to influence anything, but
No. Yeah.
Aleph by comparison is she's commercially successful, right? She's got a lot of money, but you're not exactly sure how she got it.
Oh my god. Oh my. She's the wine aunt who runs an MLM. She's not working for him. She runs the MLM,
Yeah,
and it's like
yes.
one of the super predatory ones too.
Well, I think probably we don't want to classify it as super predatory. I think she absolutely does, but it's so here's my take. Aleph, She's commercially very successful.
Yep.
She runs a multi-level marketing scheme, but it's one of those
Yep.
ones that like it professes to be good for the planet, and it's like it's all of these social justice causes, and it's like,
Yep.
but it sells itself on the like we are empowering for we're empowering for people, and you look at the financials and you're like, this is a fucking
This is all.
this is a
This is
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, they're making a lot of money
This
for
is
empowering the
all
planet.
finally like all of the control,
What's the?
all of the
I'm
what.
sorry, you're a charity LLC as well, so you don't pay any taxes?
Yep, yep. And like you just know that like she's it's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's a lot of success in there. But in like 2 or 3 years' time, there's going to be a news article that starts with in what's being called the second Theranos. And there's just like pictures of her in a black turtleneck, like refusing
Oh
to
my
speak to the press,
god.
and it's like, oh, it all like
Who?
every.
Yeah, yeah. Is she the top of the list of the wine arts? Is she more of a wine art than Varuna?
You know what? I'm gonna say the alpha. Yes, Aleph, vanilla Aleph is the alpha wine aunt.
Yep. Nope. I like that.
Yep.
Yep.
There's
All right.
a lot of power there.
A lot of
There's
power
a lot of like self confidence is a very important part.
the family keeps her around because of how much money she has.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You cannot like you. She's at the family reunion because if you didn't invite her, she would never say anything. She'd never be upset. But
It
these
would all be written out of
consequences,
the will.
yeah, and like the trickle
Everyone is
down
written out of the will.
consequences, you know.
She she is invited to the family reunion because she's the one hosting the family reunion, and everyone is going to the family reunion because it is in an exotic location, and she has paid for all the tickets.
Yep. Yes, yeah, and it's like there's branded merchandise around the house from like one of her startups.
Yeah,
But it's like, is this one of the ones that has declared bankruptcy at the cost of like the livelihoods of thousands of people? And where she took the venture capital and ran, or like is this one that's still ongoing? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. No,
Some
we got there. We got there.
all right. The next one I think is going to be a challenge.
You reckon?
Um, where would you put Toha?
Oh man, because because they're like supremacists, right? Because they're like using humanity as a meat shield against the EI, while
Yeah.
professing to be like on their side.
They are manipulative. I mean, there's like because the thing
Manipulative.
is there's Tohaa and then there's Spiral Core,
Yeah.
and like Spiral Core, absolutely Fox News Uncle at a family reunion. Um,
Yeah.
I I
What's the step what is a step down from the Fox News uncle?
I think we can kind
You
of make
reckon?
this kind of case, right? Where
Yep.
so Tohaa like Spiral Core are absolutely they're
Yes.
like conspiracy peddling. I think we can actually put them to sort of like they're next to
Actually,
Shazvasti.
do you reckon instead of why not, right? Because do you reckon there's a chance that the Toha might be an extremely divorced dad?
Yeah, sell me on that.
Like they're constantly talking about like the last relationship that they had. Like it might not have been a divorce, it might have been like just a really like one of those 10-year long like you stop calling each other like girlfriend and boyfriend, it's like they're partners.
Yep.
It's like, oh, this is my partner. And then eventually he's just like they're like eventually like their partner just moves on from them and kind of kicks them to the curb. And they're left out in the rain going, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do now?
Slight feeling of abandonment. I
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. So, in terms of like, there's because the thing is, if this was a mechanical assessment, Tohar are just like they're strong. They're doing the things. They. I mean, they. Part of why I'm inclined to put them sort of down in this space is that they just have to be fucking different. They just can't help
Yeah.
themselves. But I feel like with like particularly the Tohar spiral core split, right? Spiral Core are like deep in, or like they're manipulative. It's a Fox like Spiral Core is like the Fox News aunt or cousin where they really like fucking get their claws into other people.
They so here, let me I think I might be
Yeah,
able to define this one for you. They're not like super into Trump, they're super into Elon Musk.
yeah, that kind of it's weird. The weird nerds energy where
The
it's
weird nerd, like the weird nerd, like their favorite movie is Revenge of the Nerds.
I'm I'm not sure. So let's think about Spiral Core because the like the broad vibe is. 'Cause, I mean, Tohaa are always going to be hard to pin down. All of the Tohaa stuff. Tohaa
Yeah.
broadly kind of manipulative. Um, obviously,
Okay, the manipulative might put me onto Wynard instead of Divorced Dad then.
there's a bit of a case for this. Because it's like
Yeah.
they're a bit manipulative. Actually, okay, hang on, I've got it.
You got it?
Yeah, this is the lesbian aunt couple that turns up at the family reunion, and one of them is like they're both real like deeply in they're just two sides of the same coin. But one of them is the nice aunt, and one of them is the like, her partner who's just like she's a bit too. She's obviously got her claws like spiral core. Like Tohaa is your weird aunt. She's always going to do things fucking differently. She's really like
Mm.
she's super alternative.
Her mind was opened in the 60s and it has remained deeply open ever
Yep.
since.
Like she talks to you about fucking chakras and healing crystals. But the
Yeah.
weird thing is like she's in almost perfect health. So you're like, she's not onto anything, right? It's like no, she's a
Nah.
homeopath. Like she tells you on homeopathy, but it all seems to just fucking work for her. And you're like, I don't.
Yeah.
How is this
I
woman healthy and
I
functioning? But then
I
she's
would
got
say,
yep.
but she's not. The Spiral Core isn't a Wine aunt. She's the Fox News aunt.
Yep, okay. And like they both turn up together
Yeah,
and like Spiral Core has got her claws into your aunt and you're just like, "Oh, that relationship is really really not healthy for those two."
yeah,
It's just like you were super it's like worm tongue whispering in the ear of Theoden kind of vibes. Like I
yeah.
really fucking wish Aunt Toha would break up with Aunt Spiral Core, but like she says she's happy and it's just like that's real bad for both of them. And you
She just says that maybe her chakras are a bit misaligned right
ah
now and
and
things are a little
but like
difficult.
and there's the drama like there's the constant fucking drama where you hear
Yeah,
about how Aunt Spiral Core blew up the fucking Daedalus gate, but like Aunt Tohar is like, no, it's fine, we're talking it out, we'll get over it, it's not her, it's me, and you're like, fucking Aunt Tohar, you have gotta like get this woman out of your fucking life, and she can't, she just cannot let go of it. It's this horrible codependent relationship.
yeah.
Yep, and it's like this Spiral Core is just super fucking bad for her to the point where you're like, are we gonna see her in like 3 or 4 months' time? Is she still gonna be
Well,
around? And you like
so
hope she is.
so Aunt Toha owns the manual of essential oils.
Yeah.
Aunt Spiral Core owns the Anarchist Cookbook.
Yep. Yep. All right.
And they are
Uh,
side by side on that bookshelf.
yeah, and they just they're characters, right? Like without them, the family reunion would be considerably less spicy.
So much more boring. No one
Um,
would want to go.
and they have every like dinner ends with them having a blow up and then going the fuck home, and everyone just like not thinking about what's going to happen when they both get home because there is no good outcome for our mental image, mental health. Um,
Mm,
but yeah, that like hyper dramatic
yeah, but like
relationship.
Aunt Toha's really cool. Like you smoked a joint with her at one point, and that
Yep,
was really cool.
yep, yeah, and then her uptight life partner. Yep.
Yeah,
All right, I'm pleased with that. I think we have absolutely.
I think we fucking got there in the end. I love how many of them have literally been. We need to talk about this for like 15 minutes, and we're gonna get somewhere in the end. It might be very different to where we started, though.
All right, and now we're moving on to the probably I think like we're going to have to do a little bit of inventive work here
There's
because
gonna be some deep.
like the non-aligned armies have got the least concrete identities. So I have no doubt that people will disagree with many things because that is the nature of tier lists. It's a piece of content that
Mm,
exists to be disagreed with. Um,
deeply,
but
deeply
but
so.
we're gonna need to put. We've got 7 factions to go, and we need to put them somewhere.
Do we
Um,
start with JSA?
where do you think JSA goes?
Oh goodness me, sorry.
We can come back to
Hard.
them.
It's hard as well because she's getting her she's becoming she's growing up. She's getting like her vanilla. She's vanilla faction now. And she's gonna have her 2 kids. Ooh, that's
she's
hard.
she's just left a second long-term relationship. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
I guess that this story is wine art, right?
yeah.
Like it's somewhere around here. Um,
Yeah, I think it might be ahead of Varuna because she's got stuff going on in her life. She's
yep.
got like her 2 kids now. Like,
Whatever their fucking names are, no one can
are they
remember.
like are they like adopted kids?
No, they'd be in vitro sperm donor.
Yep. Yeah. No
Yeah,
IVF. Yeah. She
yeah,
doesn't want a man. She's like she went to the sperm bank and she just like ran her finger up and down the page until she landed on one.
yeah. Yeah, no, that's absolutely the life story of JSA is she began life with Vanilla Yuching
Got out of
and
a very abusive
yep,
relationship with Vanilla Jing.
set up like just shacked up with an extremely wealthy fucking LinkedIn profile, um, a PanOceanian professional for
Yeah.
like a good few fucking years, but her biological clock is ticking. So she'd be like early 40s, and she's like, no, fuck it,
Yeah.
fuck all of you men. I'm
I'm
better off
out.
without a lot of you. And
I want kids.
yep, she leaves this deadbeat, and she's like, she's just gonna have some kids, and it's fucking twins. Um, because is it how many sectorials is JSA due? Is it
Two.
one or two?
You're gonna have what JSA currently are is gonna be one sectoral,
Yep.
and then you're gonna have the Tenken Butai, I think it is, for their new
Hmm.
sectoral, which is gonna
Yeah.
be all the dudes who like all the kids who like stabbed Pano in the neck.
So IVF and its twins, but she's professionally successful. She's got that
Yeah.
personal leave banked up. Yeah. So no,
Oh, she's loving life.
yeah, she is the 41-year-old wine aunt.
And
She's
then a
gonna
Kari company of Fox News uncles.
I mean, are they that, or are they? So we've got to put like, there's going to be some cheerfully oblivious hired goons in here, and there's going to be some
I
Fox News uncle.
I I would say because of all the war crimes,
Yeah, yep.
they're like Fox News uncles. They're like JSA is like, I'm done with you, Jing. You know, we had some good times, but he was really bad to me. Akari Company are like, fuck you, Jing. Fuck all of you. There's gonna be some war crimes. There's gonna be retribution for the things that I have been through, and also something about Fox News. I don't know. I need like there's like an insert. There's like a meme here that I can fit in. I just haven't got
Well,
like the.
it's
I've got the
the like
edges of it.
obviously a curry company is very like revenge motivated, etc.
Yeah.
But it like a curry company, sorry, a curry company is the like that like they're like a cousin, like they're an older cousin at the
Mm,
family reunion, and they fit into this because they're like an archetype. And you get them started, and they begin talking like way too fucking enthusiastically about like some horrific part of human history.
they're like,
Where
you want to hear about the Rwandan genocide?
yeah,
Like,
and the like level of knowledge is just uncomfortable, and you're sitting down and you're like, I'm having a fucking drink after lunch, and you were
yeah,
talking it like, and they start talking about how like Punjab traps in the Vietnam War worked and stuff like
yeah.
that.
They know like every timestamp from like the My Lai massacre.
Mm.
They are like deeply like they have learned every aspect of that,
Yeah, yep, and it's just that like
and it's so uncomfortable.
and they do not get that. They're into it. They don't get why anyone else wouldn't be. Like, it's so cool, bro. It's so cool. All of this shit, and yeah, they are the older
Did you not
cousin.
know like what happens to like
Yeah.
human flesh when you like apply this much fucking like
Oh,
flamethrower to it? Like,
yep. Yeah, yeah.
oh,
Unironically, they know recipes for homemade napalm, and they're super like they think it's the coolest shit ever, and they can quote off like how different types of yeah, all of
yeah,
that.
they're like, did you know like you can boil gasoline and it won't like blow up because like you're not there's no spark. You're just boiling it, and then you mix styrofoam in there.
Yep. Yeah. So that
Oh.
like the hyper violent cousin, and
I've talked to this person. Oh my god.
and you're
I
just
just
waiting for the story. Like, you get told, mate, like if they're not the older hyper violent like one, then they're the younger one where you're like,
yeah.
hey, how's your kid doing? Oh yeah, he's pretty good, but he's
Oh
in
my
counseling because he
god.
killed a squirrel the other day.
No, it's they had a pet once.
Yeah, yes, that's the end of the line. That's the you just. Yep, they
He
had
had
a
a
pet
pet
one
once.
once. Yep. Ooh, okay, cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. Grit your teeth, and you're moving out of that conversation
We're
like
gonna
we're
have to
going to do.
in in like the description of this fucking video, you're gonna have to put these are not the opinions of the hosts.
Okay. We need to pick another one of the non-aligned armies.
Um I feel like White Company are like cheerfully oblivious hired goons, right? Like it's Pano and Eugene. Like they're kind of like they don't know why exactly they're working together. They're just kind of like vibing. Like Kyle Hawkwood's a really fucking cool dude. Like everyone likes Kyle Hawkwood. Everyone like gets behind Kyle Hawkwood.
Yeah.
But they're like, man, they're a bunch of like dudes with one wound. Like they are like they're cheerfully oblivious to how fucked they are.
I feel like if this was an Infinity characters assessment, then like Kyle Hawkwood would be somewhere different. Kyle Hawkwood would be sitting somewhere between Serious Professional and Fox News Uncle. But the faction, yeah, I think you're dead on. The faction of White Company, they're just like, I mean, and they're good at, like, they're professionals, they're good at their job, but they have that the difference, like the delineating line between very serious professional and cheerfully oblivious hired goon. One of those lines is not realizing how fucked you are.
Yeah, just deeply, deeply fucked.
And like White Company, again, mechanically, White Company are a sectoral with some very powerful aspects, but they also are just one wound for days and a single
Yeah.
grenade or combi rifle, and it's like, oh, the Karhu is dead. Well, cool. Okay, yep, that
You
was
have
the
built a you have built a 15 trooper list and you have 15 wounds.
yep, yeah, okay. Um, I feel like I feel like I'm obligated to put Dash at Company somewhere.
Yeah, you are. This is like your baby.
I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea where. I, because okay, I'm gonna just put them there for them. But I need to talk this one out because
Alright, talk it out.
Dash at Company. What is their vibe? Like in the narrative, they're just some fucking dude's company. Like they have nothing going on. He's a silk baron or something. He's got a bunch of merchant interests, and he's just created this mercenary company. Like fucking, I've played this faction a ton, and I couldn't tell you a thing about them. Um, but mechanically, they're the discount. Like they're the dude that rocks up at the party. So actually, here we are. But they're Fox News Uncle, but they're way on the shallow end. They're not a bad dude, but they are the uncle or the cousin that turns up at the family reunion party, and they're like, yeah. I have bought 100 fucking cans of the cheapest beer imaginable.
Yeah,
It's like horrible fucking black and gold brand piss that they got on
yeah.
special and whatever. Like I am not enough of a beer connoisseur, but like insert your
It's
national
awful.
your awful national, like,
Like,
love in a canoe fucking beer.
yep. Oh
Um
my
and
god,
he
yep.
turns up with it. You're like, when he caters,
I'm
he turns up with, it's just like
it's
sausages
like a
that are
rotisserie chicken.
yeah, yes. Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yes,
it
it's
is
a
like
and
rotisserie
bread.
chicken
It's
and
a
home
rotisserie
brand
chicken,
bread.
bread, and nothing else. Yeah, that is. And but like by fuck, he's got a lot of it. Like
Yeah.
he puts you on for
Everything is like
lunch.
everything is like deeply, deeply off brand. It's like I don't know if anyone here. Man, this is gonna be a deep cut. So if anyone here watches like Dropout, like what College Humor became, like the streaming service, one of the
Ah,
people on there, they buy Viagra, but they don't buy Viagra, they buy like off-brand Indian Viagra that is sent to them in like a paper in an envelope, loose pills in an envelope.
yep.
It's
So
that.
yeah, and so we're putting them as the, like, in this category, but really what they are is that they are the well-meaning family. Like they're the Fox News Uncle archetype, not because they're actually
They don't realize Fox News is bad. They think it's like, oh, it's Fox News, it's
yeah.
news.
It's and but like there's like no political conviction or anything.
Yeah,
It's
there's no
just that
malice there.
they are a person that is in possession of some bad information and they've never, you're just like, why do I have to tell you to just like not fucking, you've bought like the cheapest possible fucking, like, this Dashat company is the person that buys, and like, there's an adage that being poor is expensive, where like cheap shit wears out quickly. But there's the
Mm.
kind of person who is like, nah, bro, no. You see, what I do is I go and I buy 100 pack of white, fucking white shirts, and that's all I wear for the next year. Um, and I
You
don't
wear like
launder them. I
one,
just
you wear just each one of them like twice. It's like
and
I basically have bought for the price of 100 shirts. I've bought 200 shirts because I
uh,
wear them twice.
yep. And they just everything they have the, like, Nescafe Blend 43, like whatever. Not even that, right?
Yeah.
Nescafe Blend 43 is luxury. They have the
No,
cheapest
it's
fucking black and
the
gold.
oh, what is it's no, it's not black and gold. It's the coffee in a can. It's the like the pre it's the coffee like I can't international roast.
Yes. Oh, and it's
It's
just like
international roast.
it is the foulest shit imaginable, but it costs
Yeah.
like cents on the dollar, and so they just put a whole lot of it. Like you're like that shit tastes terrible, but it's so cheap, and they just funnel it into their fucking
It
coffee.
is, yeah, it is just, and it's not like a small can. It's like 5 kilo cans of this
Yeah,
shit that
of the
they have.
nastiest shit imaginable. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh
And
my
it's just
god.
like you like they're happy. That's what makes it all just so it's like that's why they're on the far end of this
Yeah.
spectrum. Is that like
Like they're smoking like chop darts. Like
they're, and they're fucking happy, and you don't know like
yeah.
you feel like if you just introduce them to like something that was remotely just not even expensive, just like a little
they
nicer, you'd
they
improve their
don't
life,
have
but they don't want it.
they don't have like plates and cutlery. It's like it's paper plates and disposable cutlery.
There's a meme that is like men live like this and think it's fine, which is it's the television on a milk
It's the
tray.
television. It's a television and like the bean bag,
Yeah,
the one bean bag.
and there's a part of you that just looks at that and you're like, yeah, that looks fucking excellent.
Yeah,
Why
it
would I be
looks
unhappy with
fine.
that?
Like,
And Dash at Company is living that life.
yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Okay.
ah, that's fine.
Yep.
I mean, I
Yeah.
need a bed, but I assume there's a bed somewhere else.
There is a
Like,
futon on the floor.
yeah, there's a futon somewhere in
There
there.
is a mattress somewhere. Yep. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
All right. I'm gonna
Break out the good china and it's like the plastic SpongeBob cup.
I'm gonna make the case that foreign company fits
Oh
in
god.
here, but it's not like they are
They're doing like the worst version of stuff from Pan. It's like the worst bolt link. Like
the thing about foreign company is that they're not just a former gifted child, they're a former gifted only child. And
yes.
and they grew up in a
Ooh.
nurturing household.
Or I
Yep.
posit
Yep.
they're not former only child, but they were born when the oldest was turning like 21 and the oldest was moved out.
Yeah. Yep. No, and
Yep.
it's like that is the more extreme version where
Mm.
like all of there's a kind of person, right, where they grow
They are
up
the empty nest child.
and they are just the focus of so much love and attention, and their parents are fucking wonderful, but they've had to like leave the house and move on, and they are so used to just being the center of attention that they can't fucking cope being out in a world where no one gives a shit.
Yep.
Like their entire life, like they're just hungry. Like this, and I think it's a he. Foreign company is a he because there's a
Yeah.
certain kind like let's just say if a woman wants to get attention on like various different pieces of social media, there's a progression there, right? Like, and that's its own fucking dumb trope with some overtones of sexism, etc. But there's a kind of desperate dude on Facebook where they don't actually have like they want to be the center of attention. They're so
Oh,
used to being the center of attention.
it's the fucking meme. It's like if I get one like on this post, I'll shave my head. It's
Say
that they like it. Say no more.
yeah. And it's that like just they're so used to being the center of attention that they structure their lives around getting attention from others, even though in this big and uncaring world, no one gives a fuck, dude. But they've done some career work in acting, but they've never been exactly that successful. So now they're doing other stuff, like a portfolio career, and and yeah, they they were raised in they had every shot at success. They were just given like all of the care and attention in the world, but they've been cast out into this wide uncaring world,
Yeah, cast
and
out into the wide,
no
uncaring
one
world,
gives a fuck about them.
and their older brother doesn't really know them, and they're like, I can't reach out to him because he's like, I barely talked when I was a kid.
Yep. Yep, no, and it's that just like the whole life becomes structured around attention seeking. Way too much social media, like selfies, that kind of like,
Mm,
there's and it's every meal is on Instagram, every gym session is documented, like
yeah,
corporate engagements and it's just please just acknowledge I need the internet to tell me that I exist.
yeah.
To the point that they would borderline if it was within their financial remit, they would have a film crew following them around. It's literally that
Oh,
vibe.
for sure, absolutely.
All right.
Are Drew's cheerfully oblivious hired goons? I don't know enough about Drew's.
I think Drews are very
I
serious
feel like
professionals.
Because I feel like Drew's players are cheerfully oblivious hired goons.
Yes, but the Druze themselves are.
You thought about someone just then, didn't you?
I thought about a few people, yeah.
Yeah, yep. There's,
And
there's
there are a couple of names that come to mind. But the Druze themselves are they're on the far end, like they're literally down the bottom of the very serious professional pool, where they take themselves, like the faction takes itself very seriously. Um, and like there's hints of a lot of like they drift into the Fox News Uncle at the family reunion because they've spent too much on tactical gear, etc. Bloated
yep.
profiles left and right. But
They all, every
when
one
the
of them has bought a grenade launcher for some reason.
when the chips are fucking down, right? Like the Fox News Uncle version of this faction doesn't have them fucking in it, but a Kari company will fucking kill you.
Yes.
The Drew's Bayram security will fucking do violence to a fellow person.
Yeah.
They will fucking kill you. Actually, I think we're going to move them sort of just above Tartary Army Corps for that reason.
If you have if you are on their property, you are getting fucking hit with buckshot to the
Yeah,
chest.
yeah, and it is that like that is they are very serious in the sense that like I mean the motto is we're bad. I think it's the Brawler Company, which is a big part of Drew's. Is we're bad people, but we could be worse. Um,
Yeah.
and there is just that willingness, like the property that they're on, their assets.
You trespass on that property, there is no warning shot.
Yeah, it might not be a nice property. It might not be it's not like up. It's on the edges, a bit beyond the edges of town. It's you have to go. There's a dirt driveway that you have to go up. But if you go up that dirt driveway and you have not been invited, they will not just put a bullet in you. They will put you down, bury you, or like you will end up in a pig trough.
Oh
That
yeah,
is
you are fed to the pigs and you are never seen
Yeah,
again.
and that's yeah, that is the factional mood. Now, the players of Drew's Bayram Security intersect with that and are just like they're just having a good time, but we're not
They are the
ranking.
most cheerfully oblivious high. Every Drews player I have talked to has been like, "This is gonna be the coolest thing I have ever done."
But the Drews themselves they're just killers.
Yeah.
That leaves us with just Starco. And
If there was ever a faction more defined by a single profile of middling strength,
where would you put them?
I mean, is it a better question to ask, where do we put Nauf? Because I feel like Nauf is just like the most cheerfully oblivious hired goon because everyone gets him.
Yeah, for the same reason as he's up here next to Caledonian Highlander Army.
Mm.
Just bros, just in every single army. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing other than that I must kill.
It's literally the meme. I don't know why. I don't know who I am. I don't know why I'm here. All I know is I must kill. All I know is I must kill the hard arrow piece.
I mean, there's the faction. The faction came out of a story. Like there was the whole outrage story,
Mm.
and like it's all of
Really?
Starco. I'm almost inclined to put them up kind
Because
of.
they've got like Riot Girls and stuff. They've got like Yahoo. Like they've got the Nomad stuff in there.
So the background of the faction is there's Nauf's. I mean, actually, no, Nauf's whole story. Literally, the background of the faction is Nauf's whole story, where he's hired effectively to kill himself. And Jethro is whatever it is. Is the clone of him where they duplicated a cube, and there's that whole thing, and it's sniper versus sniper, but it's literally the whole sectoral is just the story of Nauf and friends. And so now it's like there is Super Friends sectoral, but there's bits and pieces of Nomad stuff in there. It's good. Like it's
Yeah, they've got like the Zellenkriegers and stuff now as
yeah,
well.
Riot Girls, Uhahu.
Mm.
The links don't work quite as well as they do in other factions,
Yeah,
but
that's why they're cheerfully oblivious. It's like you can they're sort of like mushing their toys together and seeing what works, and it doesn't really work together properly.
I don't know. Like they are hard to categorize because like I almost want to put them in former gifted child or former varsity athlete because everything fucking about them from a narrative perspective is just stories that have been told in the past, and they don't actually have, and like going forward, like I think there's an argument for this kind of like they're not an
That's
athlete, right?
right on the end of it,
They're
though.
right on the end of former varsity athlete because
Would it be form a gifted child then instead? Because they're always talking about the past, and it's like their past achievements in like weird stuff.
I think it's former varsity athlete because the energy is like they talk about missions and like football games that
Mm,
happened like 12 years ago, and they never
yeah,
got picked up for selection, they never progressed, and it's just these like everything is just these two slim volumes of manga that were great stories. Like they were good and interesting stories, um, but they're in the past, and like these days, what have you got going on, Starco? What's happening? Like, anything new? What are you doing? What are you doing next? And I mean, and they're just gonna get rolled in. They're just gonna get rolled in to vanilla Nomads or some other, like they're gonna just become part of Nomads, and the characters will all go their separate ways. And it's
they're
that
gonna have
like,
like that. They're gonna have like the one photo of them, of all of them together. They're
yep.
all looking really happy, and it's gonna be on everyone's wall.
Yep. Yeah. And
Yeah.
but it's they're just gonna split up to the wins. Yeah. The team broke look, like frankly, the team broke up years ago.
If
Um
there was ever a faction that was more epitomized by the movie The Breakfast Club,
yes. Yep, there we go. So
don't you forget. And Nauf is, yeah, Nauf is the fucking, he's the criminal. Yep.
yeah.
Holy
Ah,
shit.
and on yeah, and like there's we have that like I am fade to black, as this
Yeah.
video perhaps is coming to. We've ranked every goddamn faction in almost exactly 2 hours. Fade to black, and it's just all of them individually looking at that photo as they N5 is coming, and they all just go their separate ways, and
Yep.
they're all still around, but they just every one of them moves on to like different. They're in different sectorals, different now. God fucking now will
Yep.
find work anywhere, but um,
Absolutely.
just
Everyone loves Nauf.
different walks of life. Yeah, as the like the sappy holiday movie
Yeah.
music plays as the credits
Don't you forget
forget
about
about
me.
me. Yep. As this the credits roll, and that is Starco's energy. They're right there at the end of Former
Yep.
Varsity Athlete with
Oh
the
my
credits rolling
god.
on them as they move on. They move on with
Yep.
the next chapter of their lives.
Now that we have ranked everyone, within their tiers, does anything need to move around, do you think? Or are we quite happy with how everything is set out?
Um. Let's have a quick. You know what? I don't want to dwell. I think first. I think we've
I think
achieved
for
perfection.
vibes, I think we've achieved,
We've
yeah.
achieved perfection.
This is the best tier list that's ever been created. I don't know how anyone can be angry about.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
and
said so many bad things about the factions that I play.
yeah, I have told on myself several times over the course of this video. Um,
Oh god.
and so with that, I'm just going to lead us out with the usual close. I hope everyone who watched this enjoyed it. It was a blast to make. Jordan, thank you so much for sitting down with me and doing this completely ridiculous, nonsensible tier list.
Oh,
Um,
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to hear, like, I wanna hear what everyone else thinks. I wanna hear why, like, O12 is actually a former varsity athlete. Like, I wanna hear all of these things.
so post your equally terrible takes in the comments. What did we get wrong? What did we say that is an abomination unto man? What horrible lines have we crossed?
Yeah.
What terrible tropes have we invoked?
And the biggest thing to say is this is a joke. We this is a joke. This is not serious. This is fun. Don't take it too
This
seriously.
is the kind of content that is allowed to be made at the end of N4 into
Yeah.
N5, right? There is a new edition coming. This is an opportunity to do this kind of ridiculous thing because it's funny and hopefully enjoyable. And so, on that note, Jordan, thank you very much. To everyone in the audience, as always, hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so via the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below, or by becoming a channel member. Big thanks to everyone who has so far. There will be more content coming out between now and N5. We're in a little bit of a drought at the moment as far as Corvus Belli releasing things go, but we'll do more analysis videos, more mild speculation as we get more information from Corvus Belli about how the edition is shaping up, and of course more faction focuses, etc. as we move on.
Play
Otherwise,
an actual game of Infinity, Rob.
I actually really want to. Yeah, I've been deep in on Conquest recently, but the most recent Worlds qualifier I have wrapped up. That was last weekend. I've got a League Finals event tomorrow, and then I get to go and play some Infinity finally. So yes, I'm
Oh,
looking.
fantastic.
The problem is I'm deep in that moment where I'm just like, look, I'm frothing over the potential Onyx rework, so I want to play Onyx, but
No, you don't want to
I
play
don't
on
want
it.
to play N4 Onyx.
Just play one of Hector's lists from Bird City Brawl.
That sounds like a good idea. Anyway, Jordan, thank you very much for joining me. Everyone in the audience, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.